wasted land is a monument to loss. Even though the world that was came crumbling down over a century ago, we are still all living in its tomb. We are all in mourning for something we never knew. In such a place, it is sometimes hard to feel the sting of any individual sacrifice. From time to time, even against the roaring emptiness of life and the wastes, there is something for which the pain of absence is nearly unbearable. All but one of our team has returned from their time in the desolation. Those that survive carry on, feeling deeply the loss of the one who did not.
It is early November. There's a chill in the air. The entire team has come back together at their headquarters, which is in a place called the Shire, which is actually an old Billy Badger truck stop. So the kind of place that puts 7-Eleven to shame and its entire aisles, or did, full of beef jerky. Now it serves as a home to a bunch of refugees. It's a de facto settlement, but there's also 6 protectors who they insist on calling lords and ladies, even though most of them push back against that. We're going to start with Navad. Can we one-up Navad, please? So Navad, you have discovered, since your, what are you going to call an experience with Nomi? Since your experience with Nomi,
yes,
your sensitivity, your sensibility has become more pronounced. So you're picking up things you never did before.
This all sounds very plausible.
You, among other things, you're picking up the aura of things and people. So you get these glimpses. Something will have literally an aura around it. One thing you've noticed is one of the people that lives in the Shire has fairly consistently a very powerful aura around him. He's an older fella named Gordon. Most of the other they call themselves townsfolk. Most of their townsfolk. We'll go back over this in case we have a listener who doesn't know, but the people here are descendants of a local Ren fair that took refuge in the truck stop. So they think in terms of not real medieval lore, but Ren fair medieval lore. So it's a lot of like forced these and thous and calling people lord and ladies, and everybody has 2 names. They call this man Merlin, but you know his name is Gordon, and you know him as Gordon. At any point, will you? What will you do? Will you talk to Gordon about this, or do you want to use magic on him, or what do you want to do?
So I've just been sort of picking up vibes from him, like his aura he's got a magic aura.
Yeah, yes, Shannon. He has a magic aura to him. Was that a friendly nudge? It's kind of a magic aura.
Well, I'm picking up vibes. Is what I'm vibing on this guy. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
It felt like a nice little magic aura joke.
Yeah,
I'm a little sensitized. No, you think there's a good chance that there's something unnatural about him, or something he's carrying.
Okay. So I think my plan is to just kind of find where he is and what he's doing. Like, does he have a daily routine or chores that he does around the Billy Beaver? What is it? Billy Beavers? Is that what it is?
It is Billy Badger. It's the
Billy Badger, right? Sorry.
So if I drop the name of the thing I modeled it after, we can go ahead and I can sneeze and say the word on a stream, or is that?
I think you could just say it's our copyright free Buc-ee's.
That's absolutely what it is. So if you know what Buc-ee's is,
that's so now it's out there. It's a post-apocalyptic Buc-ee's that we won't get sued for.
And if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, get yourself to Texas or the lower states, and it's incredible and terrible. And I'm pretty sure I caught COVID there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's
okay. So I'm going to need a, let's do a notice check.
okay. Sounds good. Fair to Midland and notice, and I didn't get it.
Okay.
Not even a partial.
So, like the next day, what we've discovered here is that Navad is not a secret agent, and he starts investigating, and it's not, what he is he's a mage, right? So he's not really figured out the mystery of the old man in the shopping center. He's not cracked that
Correct.
case. The second day, though, you're coming around a corner, and he's standing there smiling at you.
He's smiling at me.
Yep.
Oh, well, hello there, Merlin.
Can you go back to full screen? They we deserve to see that. Not what Barrett's doing. More of a friendly, inviting smile. Not a take your daughter out of the damn McDonald's as fast as you can kind of smile. So you look like maybe you'd like to talk.
How have you been feeling lately?
He puts his arm around your shoulder. You remember, or maybe it never really occurred to you, he's one of the only people here that doesn't call you Lord. He will often say, my boy. He's always polite. He's not dismissive, but he's never called any of you Lord.
Interesting.
I'm feeling quite well. The D is settling in pretty well, I see.
She seems to be. It was all quite a shock to lose a friend and then have a friend replaced by a lookalike almost immediately.
I had to explain what a pop top was to her. I'm not sure she's encountered a pop top before.
She hasn't encountered many things.
Well, she has some good teachers here.
I hope so. So, Merlin.
Yeah.
I can call you Merlin
if you like.
Do you like to be called Merlin?
I haven't been Merlin in a long while, not since I had an audience.
An audience?
Well,
me and my friends are maybe a little bored right now. Maybe would you like an audience?
I haven't practiced prestidigitation in quite some time. As I suspect, I've learned some new skills.
Some new skills? Well, have you? I would be very interested in seeing your skills.
Follow me. And he has
okay.
There is a downstairs area. A couple of you have rooms down there. There's also where the backup generator is, and there's all that kind of stuff. There's like sort of a janitor's closet. He opens the door. Do you follow the old man into the janitor's closet? This really feels like a choose your own adventure prompt that probably ends in death and having to go back to the beginning.
I'm gonna follow the old man. Hold on. How close of attention is he paying to me?
Not a bunch.
Okay. I'm going to very surreptitiously cast a little read spell and see if I can get an understanding of what's going on in his head. So I pull out my little grimoire and I,
go ahead,
do the thing, mumble my words. Go for it.
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah, baby, I got it.
He is wondering if he can trust you.
Oh, well then I'm just going to go right on in, because if he's worried about trusting me, he's not going to pull some stuff. So I'm good.
He raises his hand, presses it on the wall. A line appears around some of the brickworks, and a door is magically opened.
Magically.
Well,
Like
because there's no door
like
there.
a,
Like he actually makes the wall come away.
oh. Merlin, this is really impressive.
Well, you'll really dig the room then. Come on in.
Oh, okay.
There's a small room that you didn't know existed or maybe didn't exist, adjacent to the janitor's closet, and there is a runed circle on the ground. We can
A
speak-
runed.
Yeah, it is a circle of runes on the ground in the stone. The concrete.
Okay.
Concrete. Step a little bit
Merlin,
further.
I have dreams about stuff like this.
Well,
Yeah, let's go.
how old are you?
17. Nobody.
I don't mean that to make you uncomfortable. My point is, I saw the bombs fall.
Wait, what? How old are you?
He gestures in the
You
door.
must have to be 100 years old.
You're now alone in a
And the door closes?
room with the old man. Turn back to page 341. No, yeah, but you are alone in this room. There's no door out of here currently. He smiles and says something like that.
You've seen a lot then.
I have. I traveled for a bit once. Doing magic tricks became doing magic. And I studied with other mages that have learned different traditions. Yes, my point was at 18, you've had a lot less time than I have. So be patient with yourself.
Okay.
This here,
Is that
I call this
Yeah?
the warding ring.
what do you do here? What do you summon stuff? Do you bring stuff up?
I'm not even sure that's possible. No, it's protected.
Oh, it's protected.
There's a
From-
theory the Coven of Witches protected a forest in Britain during World War II.
Okay.
It's something based
So
on
it's Britain.
Yes. Oh, far from here.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you ever wonder why
Okay.
we have not been touched by any of the disasters that plagues the area, or really been attacked by anything that we can't handle, I mean, it might be ego to think so, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the reasons.
This circle right here.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, anything else I should know?
So much. You don't have anyone helping you, do you?
Well, I've got my. Oh, you mean with the stuff that I can do?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty self-taught.
What tradition do you?
Sometimes I just wake up and well, this one right here, and I hold up my grimoire. I found this, and it seemed to speak to me. And I picked it up, and ever since then, I've been able to do things. Like if I can imagine it, if I can see it in my mind clearly enough, then it comes true. I mean, it's not always perfect, but I just have to look harder and understand. Sometimes I say the words backwards as they're written down. Sometimes I say them in different patterns, but I'm understanding what's going on.
So this may not make a tremendous amount of sense to you, but you're what I think of as a hot topic mage. That book you're holding, in part, used to be a game. I've met mages of your sort who watch.
Game? What kind of game?
I think it would be best if I don't show that to you quite yet. It can be addictive. More to the point, though, I've studied with arcanists who have traditional abilities such as your own.
Are you trying? You want me to meet these guys?
Well, no, but since you're here protecting the Shire where I live, and you have no one to give you any guidance, if you have the time, if you would like to spend some time learning more about your abilities with me, I'd be happy to teach
I'd like that.
you. All right. Well, I have to go back to restocking. It's strange. I do it every day, even though we don't get a lot of stock in. I habit maybe.
Well, if you need any help, I'd be happy to help you with that.
Well, the thing I need to figure out how to get you up to speed with as fast as I can is one of the things that makes this warding circle work is my energy. So I need to get you to the point where you can attune yourself to this circle of runes as well, so that both of us are protecting the place together.
Hey, I was picking up on that energy. That's why I came and talked to you.
Have you had
I met this girl in the.
Oh.
I met this girl,
Wow.
and ever since then, I kind of pick up on stuff.
Yeah, that's so.
And I was picking.
The good news is that's called the becoming in some of the ancient traditions. The bad news is you probably should do what you did again.
Ever?
Well, now that you've triggered this awakening, you don't want to let go of your power again. So, kind of no.
Okay. Okay.
Corn nuts?
Sure.
And he opens the door, takes you out into the little closet, and he's got a little hidey hole with some snacks he's pulled aside, and hands you some corn nuts. These are probably not poisonous, and they're authentic.
Oh, that's great. It's kind of like eating teeth.
The good news is, if they are poisonous, one of my abilities is healing, so I can probably help you with that. Let me know if you're getting queasy.
Oh, Wynona is pretty good at healing too.
She's a doctor, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a doctor. She's got stuff.
You know, if you give yourself time after intercourse to regain your energies, you can afford to release it from time to time. But if you plan to go out into the field, as it were, you're best to keep the guards on patrol.
Okay. Sounds good.
Meanwhile,
I guess.
Goldwater. That was my very subtle cue to Colt to give us some Goldwater face. Goldwater. You're clearing out B's stuff in her room, so you can give the space to D. D has been crashing with one of the people that works here, but because B clearly does not need her room anymore, and there's certainly some similarities, D could use the room. You drew the short straw, so you are clearing the room. So while you're doing that, you find that she has a workstation where she was fiddling with various projects. So it's the kind of workstation that's got like a soldering iron, basic like electronic mechanical tools, that kind of thing. There is a box it's a cube about a foot square with a power button and a umbilical of cables that wind up to a wig head on a lamp stand. The wig head has been outfitted with 2 spherical cameras for eyes, microphone pickups for ears, and a speaker mouth. On the head, she wrote Jeepers 2.0. Sitting on a piece of paper below it is a want list of needed components, some design diagrams that make reasonably little sense to you. As far as you can tell, it is plugged in, and there is a little bit of a ghost light to the power button.
Okay, I'll push the button.
Okay, so it makes like 1982 rough startup computer noises. They kind of like chuckada of the hard drive, and yeah. Right. It's like, are you writing sectors? You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. And it flutters to life, and there's actually a little bit of a backlight from the cameras, and they've got a little basic movement on them. You probably don't have, you Goldwater wouldn't have the experience to know this, but for the players, they're basically webcams. So they've got a little, they were the kind that can be set to pivot. So they turn a little. From the mouth, it makes a little staticky noise and then says, "It's Jeepers."
Hello, can you hear me or understand me?
Yes.
What? I'm assuming you're some sort of journalism robot.
What? I don't understand what you said.
What's your purpose?
I'm Jeepers.
I'm gonna turn Jeepers off.
It does that again, sort of old school, like beard, and it flutters, and the eyes kind of judder like that for a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a slight smell of like partially melted plastic coming from the cube.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it was 100%. I mean, clearly, it doesn't sound like it was 100% running, and it looks like she was missing some key components.
I'm going to take this list of components to everybody else.
I assume you logged that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So before that, you make sure to clear the rest of the room. The other thing you find is under her bed, she has a small, like, office-style Christmas tree in its box, and it's, so she's found one and hid under her bed. There's also 3 wrapped gifts, some extra paper, and a map.
Okay, well, I'll look at the map first.
Okay. The map has circled locations with everyone's names. Every location is crossed out except the one labeled Torg. There's also a secondary label to each location. Erik's says blank chip, expensive. Nevada's says wand, trade for cheese. Goldwater says organizer. And Wise says certificate, forge her name. Below the not crossed off location for Torg, it says scarf, trade for bobblehead.
Okay, I'll set that aside, and then I'll look at the 3 wrapped presents. Do we have names on these, or?
Yep, they're little tags, and they are clearly Christmas presents. And they say Nevada, Wynona, and Goldwater.
Okay.
There is also, by the way, a bobblehead on her nightstand.
What was the bobblehead reference on the?
It said under Torg's little place on the map.
Yeah.
It said scarf, trade for bobblehead.
Oh, okay. So somebody named Scarf will trade for the bobblehead, or we can get a scarf for a bobblehead. All right. I'm going to take the packages and the tree outside of the room.
Okay.
And I'm going to set up the tree following the instructions, if there are any.
Okay. You guys have been using the break room as kind of like an all hands meeting room.
Okay.
So you can easily do that. So you put the little presents under the little tree.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's got a few odds and ends that were obviously intended to be ornaments that were thrown into the tree box. And some things were like earrings or just bits of twisted metal or plastic that she just put a piece of wire to make into an ornament.
Okay. I'll carefully consider where each place for its most optimal
right.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, I'm going to place the 2 pieces of paper, the one with the electronics that we need and the one with our potential presents on the table, and then I'll call everybody in.
Yeah. So rather than trying to figure out the exact timing of everybody and doing the hello, what's this individually, I will say that in short order, your team is all assembled in the room. And you all see that there is a Christmas tree in the room and there are presents under it. Dee, you've seen Christmas trees, because one thing that Grace did is she did insist on celebrating holidays.
You're out. You're muted. You're on mute. You're on mute.
It is Christmas! Look, there's a tree! Goldwater, why is there a tree?
Your sister had this tree underneath her bed, and I found a few presents, and I decided to set up the tree and place the presents under the tree. We are coming close to the holiday season, and there are 3 federal holidays within that time frame: Thanksgiving, Christmas, God damn it, and New Year's. And I believe that we should celebrate Christmas for certain this year, as B was already preparing for the holiday. If you take a look at these 2 pieces of paper, this one has a number of electronics that would complete a new Jeepers robot that she was working on. And this is a list of locations on this map for presents for some of you, the ones that she hadn't been able to get yet. Now, while you may think that the electronics may be more important, in this case, seeing as the holidays are coming up, I believe we should focus our attention on the Christmas presents.
That is very surprising, Goldie. That is very cute. You're adorable.
I'm only trying to do what's best for the country and for our morale.
Somebody open presents. I want to cheer you on.
We will wait until Christmas. These presents will stay under the tree, and we will all open them at the same time, as is tradition.
Hold. Torg, say hold. So, let Torg get straight. You say gift for each. However, no, never mind. Not gift now, gift later? That seemed rude. That seemed very rude.
I have a present under there. I'm not opening it.
I just question. Torg not sure what reasoning be to announce gifts before gift day.
I did want to lie to you. I wasn't going to lie to anyone, especially since I knew that there was a present for me as well.
Well, Torg not accused. Torg feel like you get angry. All Torg say is Torg not understand the reasoning behind gift day. Not you particular, just why must wait? Torg not understand. Torg don't get.
It is a community event. And as someone who has not had many community events, I am growing to appreciate them the more I experience them.
Torg love community, Torg love family. All you gotta say that it's family time. Torg can wait for happy family present time.
It's family time.
Yeah, I have an idea. We used to do this thing in the lab all the time. We would make each other presents on the day before Christmas, and then we would have a little moment, and then we would open the real presents on Christmas Day. What if we made presents for each other, and then you guys got to open the ones from B later?
This is acceptable.
Torg think great idea, but Torg only go along if everyone else go along.
So it looks to the lot of you when you're looking over the stuff that's presented that there are presents for everyone. The leap that Erik probably found his present already because of the note blank chip, expensive, and the fact that his circle on the map is crossed out. It looks like the only person that doesn't have a present is Torg. And the note there is scarf trade for bobblehead. Some of you recognize the location on the map. It's a place called Crossroads, which is one of the few reasonably large settlements in the area. It's about 3 days away. It's run by a fellow named General Discontent and a small army of trolls that wear armor crafted from reinforced football padding, which means everyone calls them the Squad. Crossroads is dangerous. There's a constant fear that spies will find them and the angels will call down Skyfire. So there's a lot of vehicles and everyone's ready to flee at a moment's notice.
That's the map.
Yep.
That's 3 days by vehicle.
That's
3 days by vehicle.
right.
Although those of you who've been there would think, and you do have the truck and enough gas that you could do the round trip, but you'd want to take some volts and trade goods to maybe get a little extra gas. But considering everyone's worried about angelic attention, and that's just to go over so everybody remembers that bit of backstory. The angels watch for settlements to get too big, and then they either send in believers to crush them, or occasionally they call down Skyfire, which is literally some sort of from space, like Thor satellite nonsense that just burns the settlement off the face of the earth. So big settlements are rare for that reason. Their answer in this one seems to be everybody has done the 20 seconds out the door drill, and they're all ready to just get the fuck out if anything goes wrong.
Well, it's what she wanted, right?
Yeah, I can tell.
Sounds like a very special
That's what she
episode to me.
Episode of what?
Life.
Oh, okay.
So you take a look. Does anyone have tech skill?
No.
Like for which tech skill?
In general, like has anybody got higher than 0? I don't remember.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay. So
Some zeros across the board.
You look over the list, Erik. So there is a thing in the way the salvaging rules work where generally it's abstracted out. So into those categories in the lower right in your sheet. But sometimes you'll need a specific thing, like a Guggenheim inflector.
Okay.
Then there's rules to gather salvage, and then you get a roll to see if you found a Guggenheim inflector. All the stuff on our list is stuff like that, which means it's specialized, rare stuff, which will take you a while to get.
Do I have enough knowledge of this stuff to know where you could get it?
And this is, we're taking just a step back to the way the game system works. Basically, get a bunch of robotic and electronics parts and then expend it to get rolls to find the stuff on the list. Essentially, it's more of a long-term goal. Longer term, you could do things like try to go to places that have that kind of salvage, which you sort of were already. Like you have some, and I'm not going to do the numbers now, that would be between sessions. You already have some banked because that's already what Goldwater was doing, which is why you went and ended up going to the cryogenics lab, is they had electronic stuff. But it does mean, like, for the purposes of this episode, there is no specific place where you would go, Guggenheim inflector, I know where to get that. It's more like just get those salvage numbers higher and expend them to get rolls, and eventually you'll get the shit you need.
Cool. So I'm going to look over the list and then turn to Goldwater and say, hey, man, I think we got some of this stuff, but we're going to need some more.
We can look for good locations to find this salvage as we travel. And when we are done with this episode
Of life.
of life,
Yeah.
exactly, we can maybe make some specific incursions based on things we see on the map, places we've been, information we get from travelers, that sort of thing.
You may also need another character who's got the robotics advantage. Like, you look at this stuff, and Erik, you're not a roboticist or a computer science guy, because those require advances. So you're like, I know the general like idea of this, but I can't assemble this. So
does D have any of the knowledge that B had in that respect?
No.
No, she's not the smartest egg.
No. She knows life, but she doesn't know it outside of her shell.
a mistake that I made, but I'm going
She's
to
the
make sure to
Kimmy Schmidt
clarify.
of our party.
All right.
So I think an important clarification is you spend a couple days with her. Smart is the wrong word, because she's very quick. She is sharp. What she is inexperienced. So I think the word I used was simple, and all I meant by that was, so simple, not like slang for stupid. Simple as in literally simple, like looks at the world simply. She's already evolved a bit in like 3-4 days. She has a bad,
Like the experience of a 3-year-old.
coming
into
that
this.
case of lived in a lab, right? That is something that
Okay.
is eminently curable.
Gotcha.
But as far as knowledge, no, she doesn't have that at all.
Right. So, I'm gonna kind of huddle with everybody, maybe outside of earshot of Torg, right? Because, guys, I'm a little confused. Are we're going to Crossroads to get a present for Torg? Is that what's happening?
Seems that way.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. I just I didn't know if there was another reason we were going there. Just that we need to get Torg a present. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I'm for it.
Yeah, your mic's off, but I can hear what you're saying.
Torg wants to be part of Huddle. Torg wants to be part of.
Oh, hey, Torg.
What are our friend talking about?
We're playing a fun game, Torg. Believe me, you'll find it fun later.
Ooh, Torg love fun game.
All right. So
why are we being deceitful? We were talking about whether there was a secondary mission aside from getting your present, and there was not.
What?
Man.
Whoa. Torg, say hold here. Torg present for Torg?
Yes, we looked at them earlier.
We looked at the map. We thought B
Torg
had something.
move. Torg no danger. And everyone willing to get Prezi for Torg. Oh, this make Torg feel a little better after all of Sad Dark.
Torg, I need you to keep an eye on this, and I hand them the bobblehead.
So when you picked up the bobblehead, and the next sentence is not "it exploded." You picked up the bobblehead
For once.
Yeah, it's a Billy Badger bobblehead. So you actually had a couple in the store, and it had a slip of paper under it, on which B had written "Jewels Antiquities."
We're gonna be trading this for the present for you.
Oh, Torg, great, but what's Jewel Antiqui?
A store, possibly? I don't know.
Oh.
Does it strike anybody a little strange that we're headed to a place called the Crossroads to make a bargain?
No.
I got
Torg
a whole
laughing,
lot of
but
music that supports
Torg not
evidence
sure
that says otherwise.
If Torg get joke, but I feel like laugh important to hear.
Thank you.
So we're going to cut to the group in the truck. And Nevada, are you driving?
No, I think
Or is it Wynona at this
I
point?
think Wynona's driving. I'm still kind of learning from Wynona. Although Navad has definitely bragged about the driving ability that he had on our last excursion.
Wynona has appeared as a cameo as a somewhat nagging voice of conscience when Navad was driving without you. So you're with him even when you're not there.
And it was about to be a very important moment in his life.
It's true. All right, so Wynona's driving. Navad, are you shotgun?
Yeah, I should probably be. I'll be shotgun because I'm like talking about driving and learning about driving and all of those things.
All right, so the rest of you are in the back. So this is a 3-day journey. This is not as bad as the journey through the desolation, which was super harsh, and you needed Nomi to like get out of that alive. And even so, when you got back, you know, I hate sand. Sand gets into everything. Wine. Toxic guy. Dump Anakin. He's shit. You know, but so the wasteland is not as terrible as on the desolation. This is more like what you're used to. You can usually pull over someplace with a partially ruined house that gives you some shelter. Things that you don't have the luxury of in the desolation. So off you go. You are about midday. It's you've already break for lunch for a little bit, so it's mid-afternoon. And who has the best notice number of dice? Who's got the highest stat? It's a 4 for Navad. Anybody beat it 4? Why not?
I have 6.
I have 6 too. Erik and I always tie.
So the two of you, we've talked about how the things tend to get named, not in like the bad science fiction, grab a bunch of like random syllables and call something an Arduquasaban, but like what it looks like, which is where you get caterpillars and things like that. So before I show you the picture, I'm going to tell you that what the waste has called this thing is the nope. So I'll give you a second to let that sink in, to think of what that might be. And then Colt, can you show them the nope, please?
Nope.
The nope.
No.
Nope.
No. No.
So
The nope.
that thing is the size of a small house.
Yeah.
It is a nightmarish
Sounds about right.
combination of the very worst parts of the lizard and insect kingdoms. Who has the best landlore roll?
I've got 4.
Anybody beat a 4? 4. Let's have
Wynona's
Wynona
got
roll on the next. 5. Torg, get up then. Roll 5 dice. Torg, a 6 because you get an extra die because you're not alone.
Ooh.
This is to see what you know about the note.
Ah, yes. 2
Okay.
6s.
So you know that no two are exactly alike. You know that they are considered a blight on the land. People talk about them like they talk about environmental effects. So they don't talk about them in the same way they talk about other monsters. They talk about them in the same way they talk about tornadoes and earthquakes. You know that they're drawn by the scent of large numbers of prey. So things like herds and settlements. This one seems to be going the direction of the Shire. So you know that there are stories of these things drawn to large groups of people that just go and level entire settlements. So Erik and Goldwater, you've seen it at distant, and it moves fast, partially just because of its damn size. What do you do?
So we don't know anything about this, but Torg does. Is that the deal? Like we,
So Torg, are you yelling these deets to your party?
Torg is absolutely yelling these seats to the party. 100%.
So Torg's right at the little window.
Yeah. Torg's right there being like, house, tall, tornado, terror, bad, group, drawn. Ah.
So Wynona, if you want to keep distance, you're going to need to start making drive tests. Do you want to stay away from it, or will you allow it to get closer?
I'm gonna stay away from it.
I back your decision. Can you make a drive test for me?
Five. Partial.
Partial? Okay. So she turns the car kind of sideways back. Like we're going this way, and she does that. It seems to be gaining a little, but it's still a distant. And she's driving hard now. She's going to have to spend her attention every round focusing on keeping that car, like, because they're being in the way is supposed to desolation. The downside is there are obstacles everywhere here because it's all broken terrain. The desolation was just sand, so driving was simple. Here, like Nevada's looking like shit. I'm glad I was driving on sand because this is terrible. I'm going to need a initiative roll from everyone, please.
Oh, wow.
Go on and ask for the number. I'm going to start with Erik. So you're rolling your speed dice and adding them all together and giving me the total.
24, 32.
Wow.
D?
26.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear Nevada.
I got a 20.
20. All right. Goldwater.
29.
Sweet. Torg.
Torg got
22. 2.
And Wynona.
20.
Okay. So, Erik, the thing
Yes.
is currently at distant. Make a notice check for me.
Yep.
Okay. Can I have the nope again, please? Colt? Okay, so its legs are fucked up. Like when I assume that one of the first things you do is you raise your scope. Like, so again, if we're looking cinematically, I would shoot the scene like through the scope as it comes up. It's all slashed up on that lower part of its forelegs.
Okay.
So there are like ribbons of flesh hanging in tatters, and the bottoms of the legs are actually bloody.
Okay. So I'm gonna target
Okay.
the bloody spot, and
Okay.
as I do, I'm gonna yell, "Sweep the leg! Sweep the leg!"
Okay. One thing about these things is they are invulnerable. Hitting a nope is going to require 2 successes.
All right.
You're going to get 2 sixes to get.
And I gotta drop a dice, right? Because I'm.
Drop the die for the target. You're
And
Erik.
I got 2 6s, by the way.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right. So now you're going against it. Its armor is 6.
Holy crap!
Only getting any damage on 6s.
Ooh.
Okay, but I get the extra dice for the target, right?
Yep.
All right.
You absolutely do.
And are they crits when they're 6s, or are they just 6?
Yeah. They're still normal.
So it's crits or nothing?
Crits or nothing. This thing is
I got 0 hit points.
so literally that would look like the bullet just deflecting, or just not. You hit it and it's like tremors, like you're using like a pistol against something like that. It just
goes ping.
Yeah.
Great. Then I yell, "Shit!"
I back your decision that's motivated, I think. Goldwater.
Yeah.
Erik yells shit and sweep the leg.
How far away is this thing? Is it at the far?
It's still at distant. It's at the 4th category.
Whoa.
And it's moving about the speed your truck is going.
Okay.
So we're kind of coming towards each other. It's heading towards
trying
the
to
Shire.
She was trying to keep distance.
Right.
She was turning around. She didn't get full success. So she's not all the way around. And then we're basically going to be using chase rules where She's trying to keep distance or get away, and I'm
Gotcha.
trying to close with you.
Gotcha.
I'll try and shoot it with my small machine gun, submachine gun.
Okay. Do you want to go full auto, or do you want to shoot single shot?
Just one round because I don't want to lose control on this.
So go ahead, and you're going to be using the modifiers for the distant, which is the 4th range category, and you have to get 2 successes. You need 2 sixes.
All right.
Because this thing is a terrible. It's a no.
Oh well, two almost successes, 2 near hits.
Unfortunately, that is simply a miss with these things.
Yeah.
And you probably have the same response Erik did. Like, you probably are like literally hitting it, but it's such a big thing that it has no effect. D. So I don't know how you feel about this. It is your character, but I don't think your combat mode is clicked in yet. What do you think?
Yeah, can I see this thing? As far as like my prior training, would I have been exposed to things like this in combat, or would I remember at all?
Well, they would have mentioned during and you don't remember a lot of it. A lot of it became subconscious for you.
Okay.
The training was all against humans. I mean, they
Got
might
it.
have said at some point you're going to encounter big things, but we're training you to fight believers and angels. So we're training you to fight humanoids.
Okay,
So
so
this
all
is-
I have really is just an instinct to fight when it comes and goes. Okay, I'm gonna ask Torg. This looks very gross and makes my skin hurt. Should I go with you? Should I hit it?
I mean, Torg say if you feel like trying might away, but Torg not sure if you have great success. Torg worry you get hurt, so Torg say Torg don't want to make decision for you, but Torg would say if Torg was making decision, Torg would say no. But I'm not making decision. So I support whatever decision you have.
As Torg goes on a spiral about making decisions for me or not, I just run up to her and hug her really big and say, "Thanks so much!" And then I run away and
remember you're in the back of a pickup truck bouncing around as it moves it like
right, so like scooting very haphazardly towards her and like leaning over and sloshing around in the car and then hopping back to my area. But
Torg, when your initiative comes up, D is on you. What do you do?
He's hugging you.
Yeah.
D. Torg says, D. Torg really appreciate this show of new family love. However, if you not going to nope, then I have to nope. So Torg kindly ask D to let Torg go. So Torg do what Torg do.
hey.
Navad.
So I just fling myself as hard as I can away from Torg.
Okay. Navad.
I mean, I'm sitting in the cab next to Wynona.
Yep.
My magic is probably not going to do anything. Can I kind of like passenger seat commentate on Wynona's driving and like
You can
like
try to help her
be
with her drive
like a set
roll,
of eyes to help her dice rolls?
Yep.
That's what I'm going to do because I'm no good in this.
At the end of each round, you're going to roll, Wynona. So you're going to roll now, and I'm going to roll for the terrible, terrible monster. So roll drive with an extra die for Navad, please.
I'm giving Wynona some extra mojo. Also, I'm probably really lame though about it. Oh, look, there's a thing over there. There's some crumbled concrete. Wynona, look out.
So did you make it?
I got a partial.
Okay. So it is closed distance. It is now at far, which is the 3rd range category. And it's also going to get an attack. So
Oh,
it's going to
geez.
spit spikes It currently, you've turned and are here going kind of parallel and back. So it can actually target people in the back.
Ooh.
Who would be the two closest to the cab, and who would be the two closest to the gate?
I'd be towards the gate.
Okay. Who else is towards the gate?
Torg toward cab.
Toward cab? Okay.
Right. Because you were yelling in the window about the thing, right? That's a nope. Oh, no. Well, you were talking to the guys,
Erik,
too.
Goldwater, one of you is by the cab, one's by the gate. Who's where?
I'm probably by the gate because Erik would need the cab to put his rifle on.
D and Goldwater, roll a D6 and let me know who has the lowest roll.
You die.
Not me. I'm a 6.
Okay. So it's going to spit at Goldwater, which is
Oh,
not.
I rolled a 6 too.
Oh,
Oh, do we have to tie break?
You do have to tie break. I need the
Okay.
other.
With a banjo.
I got 5.
You win.
Okay.
Ah,
Goldwater, I hit you.
No.
What's your defense against slashing, the second one?
Slashing is 3.
Okay.
So good luck.
I hit you for 3 points, which is not enough to injure you. So you just take 3 hits. So
And
literally,
it's like a spike.
a bunch of spikes come out, one hits, and they're like spikes, sort of like thorns. And it's
Like a big porcupine quill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since he's been hit, can I perform any amount of medicine sitting by him? I have a roll.
You need your initiative to be up.
Oh, okay.
Erik, you're up.
Well, fuck. I mean, I'm gonna try and shoot it again.
Okay.
It's not gonna help. Probably. It's far, right?
It's far now. Yes.
So I'm gonna try and. Can I aim as a sniper with the scope without using the target roll?
The ability of the scope is separate from the target ability. The two different.
That's what I'm saying. So if okay, so I'm just gonna aim for the leg still.
Okay, that's fair.
And I hit it again.
Nice.
Double sixes.
You're looking for 6s.
All right, let's see if we get any points this time. Oh, drop that one. Sorry. And that'd be no hit points.
Oh, jeez. Does vulgarity spill from your mouth?
Mother F Christ.
I
Goldwater.
write them down in my word book.
Goldwater, do you have more submachine gun?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I don't have the minus. Whee! All right. Let's roll. Do I still have?
You're rolling your shoot dice. You're looking for 2 6s to hit it.
All right. Now.
Okay.
No.
D, you stay put until you see Torg hit the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Torg. Do you have a crossbow or something, don't you? Okay. Do you want
Yes, Torg have crossbow.
to shoot? It's at far range. You might hit it.
Yeah. Torg shoot.
Okay. So go ahead. You need 2 6s to hit this thing now.
Okay, and
Because it's a note.
do I get plus anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Just your shoot dice looking for 2 6s.
Wait, my crossbow dice?
So you have to shoot first. and
Right.
crossbow dice is damage.
Gotcha. Never mind. Then I get more to roll with than I thought.
Ooh.
Okay.
Torg have extra.
So you hit it with the crossbow. So now you're rolling your crossbow dice, and
Okay.
all that's going to count here is 6s. It's really hard to damage.
Yeah, you need to get 7s.
Don't listen to the monkey man.
Jen could.
Ah.
No? Okay. So And what's Torg's temperament? Is Torg the sort of person that curses when they miss, or
when Torg misses, Torg is disappointed because Torg is fighter.
right?
So it's more of like, instead of a cursing, it's like a sadness
Like,
sets in.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
Torg missed. Torg, these big strong Torg hands. Big strong hands. You know what I'm doing.
Navad, are you
Saddest moment ever.
Are you still backseat driving, Wynona?
Yeah, I'm still encouraging I'm like looking for ways for Wynona to bob and weave and get around.
I'm not answering him back because, unbeknownst to everybody, I've taken a vow of silence since B died. But no one's noticed that I haven't spoken.
I've been wondering why you've been so quiet, to be honest.
I've taken a vow of silence because my charade of living in this world has crashed down because my beloved best friend has died tragically.
Oh no.
I think that no one
That's amazing.
Is a commentary on any number of things. So I think we can take that as we want to personally take it. So Wynona, go ahead and give me the drive roll with a die bonus. It will be really good to make this one.
Uh-oh.
No pressure.
I'm encouraging.
Okay.
Fear.
Ooh, she got one.
Okay. So you're able to pull back to distant. So you're back to the fourth category. And this, again, is a chase scene. So it's a lot more exciting than role-playing games tend to make these things. This is shot with shaky cam, with camera harnesses and this kind of shit, and cutting every 3.5 seconds, that kind of nonsense. It's going to barf out a thorn at D.
Not D.
D, I get a near miss, so it is going to hit you. What's your defense for the second category?
2.
I hit you with all my dice. That's 10, but it's halved. So you don't take 10 points, you take 5, but that's 1 injury.
Okay.
So you take 5 hit points and then roll a d6 for your injury.
Okay.
So who is Goldwater? You would see that a spike actually sinks itself into D and she cries out.
I'm in danger.
So the other next thing is because you've taken an injury from these.
It's like Ralph Wiggum. I'm in danger.
I got hurted by spikes.
I've been impaled.
You need to make an endurance save for me, please.
Wait, you said I was supposed to roll a d6?
The first thing, yes. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I did. It's a 4.
Okay, now you need to make an endurance save.
Okay. Am I adding it? I forget.
You're just looking for success. Did you?
I have 2 6s.
Okay. There is a terrible toxin on these things, but you are not affected by it. You managed to tough it out. All right, Erik.
Man, do we have any fire or anything? Like, what do we have? Like, what can we do? Can we drive the car directly at it? Like, what can we do? What can we
Kick me out of it. Kick me out of it.
Wynona, that would just accordion the damn car. You're looking at the mass of that thing and the mass of this kind of rickety truck.
God damn. I mean, I guess I'm going to shoot it again because that's all I can do.
Yeah. And I assume just cursing a blue streak and yelling,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck can we do?
Jesus H. Mother Christ.
Do you have
Erik?
fire?
Has Erik conveyed to us that the thing is all jacked up?
I said sweep the leg. Was that not clear?
Yeah, I mean, then we can
Sorry,
see
I think at this point you're on your third round. I think the rest of you would have noticed by now.
Okay.
I hit it
All right.
again.
All right, come on. You can damage it. I believe in you.
At this rate, it's going to be 71 hours before this thing falls.
That'll kill you before that.
Oh, I got 2 crits.
Sweet. So that's 2 damage, and then the crits. That's 8 points. And
Oh,
then,
and one more.
So that's well. Then we'll roll it again.
And one more.
Whoa!
12.
Oh, and a 5.
That's 12 damage.
Nice.
Fucking A.
Yeah, Erik.
So the weird thing is, as tore up as it was, you do nothing. It had 10 hit points left. So you hit
Blow its leg off.
and the thing face plants, right? And all the mass, it would dig up, like the ground would come up in front of it, and it would just sort of dig itself in, and the back end would kind of stick up in the air.
Wow.
Erik,
Nice
well
job.
done. Well done.
Or
Man.
very impressed.
Thank you.
Shot was so good. Let's make good karma.
God bless America.
And it's Christmas.
All right, so I think
Doctor,
pulls the car. You probably stop careening around, slow the damn car down.
I want to take a look at it. Can we take a look at it?
Sure. So, do you ask Wynona to pull up?
I kind of slam on the side of the thing. Wynona, stop the car! Stop the car!
I just nod and do it.
That's when I ask her to check on D. So I was saying that out of order, didn't make any sense. But now I'll be like, Doctor, do you mind taking a look at D? She is injured.
I nod again.
And Wynona, you would see, no roll required, that thing had some poison, and that she seems all right, but you'd want to wash out the wound and stuff. So she's tending you. Anyone that goes up and looks at the thing, it looks like very sharp claws ripped it to fuck.
Hey, y'all. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Which do you want first?
Is there any medium news?
Between
I mean, there's sort of some anthropological news, I suppose.
That one first.
It seems to be a house-sized creature with a lot of spikes and an armor that is almost impenetrable. Here now, the bad news. Something has penetrated it, and it wasn't just what I shot.
So let me clarify something for you, just not to be pedantic, because I think it might make a practical difference. The reason for the needing the 2 successes wasn't necessarily super impenetrable armor. It's that it's so big that big sections of it won't actually harm it. Like, you could go in with a fire axe, and some parts of it you could spend all day chopping, and it wouldn't give a shit.
Got it.
So the fact that it's ripped up does indicate something very bad just tearing through. But I didn't want to give you the impression that this is like a mega armadillo, because it's not.
Okay.
it could have ran through some razor wire or barbed wire that may have done this kind of damage.
Goldwater, if you look, no, that's claws.
Or it could be claws. I may have been. I was guessing before, but that looks like claws.
Can we tell from looking at it how big the claws probably would have been?
Slightly larger than humanoid, like troll size.
These are, I think, troll-sized claws.
And trolls don't
Claws
have
as big as a troll?
I
Or-
mean, no, claws that a
the
troll
other-
would have. Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha. That's
well,
quite a bit different.
that's not so bad. But that means,
Yeah, and it took a lot of damage. Like, looking at that, if you were trying to take it down, if it wasn't all screwed up, like Erik, you would know, because you know how much damage Karen does, and you're like, I got
I got 3 rounds off and I hit every time. I saw it hit every time.
Right.
And the only thing that did any damage was that last shot.
oh, so we lucky Troll Claw already do much damage to this. I mean, not to defeat Erik. Good job, win. Just say
I feel good about myself regardless.
We
Thank you.
very lucky. We very lucky. We very lucky.
There was literally a point where it was gaining on the speeding truck. So the Nope was a very bad customer.
Does it have anything we could take from it? Can we use the toxin for anything?
You could try, but no one. I mean, the person that have the best chance would be Wynona, but you don't really have a chemist or anybody that's got any proper skills. So if you wanted to, Wynona, you probably have a couple of glass flasks or something. You could grab a couple. You'd have to go digging around in its mouth, though.
I do silently, but I have a bad face the whole time.
So I need you to roll a d6 and not roll a 4 for me.
Is Borf with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been keeping him away from trying to nibble on him because I know.
Is he like napping on the floor of the truck the whole time?
I would think that Borf is extra, despite the fact that we've all missed that she's not speaking. Borf would have sensed that she's upset and would be extra clingy and cuddly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did get 1-4 in that roll.
Okay, so you take an injury. Oh, so she literally reaches her arm into this thing. You find the little sack where the shit like resides before it hawks it up. You pull some out, but either you like one of them stung you or there's acid in the mouth or something. But you come out, and I mean the way the mechanics work is as long as you're not attacked in the next 10 minutes, you'll be fine. It's only an injury, not a wound. But she pulls the hand out, and it's like when you get a minor chemical burn in your hand and it's red and a little sensitive. So just wash that off, and then again, mechanically, if you spend a little bit of time, the injury comes back. But we'll say you have 3 of those thorns, and you put them in stoppered little blast flasks.
I do scream, but that's not technically speaking. So
No, it's not. Give me an insight roll, Navad. Because I think Navad may have noticed that at no point did she feel the need to correct or educate you.
Right.
Which normally would have happened.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay, now do it again because you're 18. And how old are your kids? You're raising teenagers?
You're
Called like ignore the evidence of their own senses.
For
See if that sinks in, or if the 18-year-old.
I got a 6. I got a 6 this time too.
Okay, it sinks in. Yeah,
No, I think Navad out in the desert in the desolation. He's mature. He's mature a little.
Nice. Okay, so you've figured it out.
Okay. Hey, Wynona, why haven't you been talking? I don't speak hand. Oh, you're sad. Oh, wait, hey, Wynona, look, we're all sad that B died. Not as sad as you. You're the saddest. I saw it though. I was there. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna talk to you. Okay.
I was
so positive, willfully, on purpose, that this whole thing was fine and beautiful, and all that mattered was color coding outfits and fashion and cleaning up Torg's mess if they made one, and B was just so positive, and then you come and tell me that she's gone and this lookalike is supposed to just take her place. I'm sorry, but I'm having an existential pre-midlife crisis here, and I don't know how to handle it.
Borf will climb into your lap.
Aw.
Look, Wynona. Like, okay, look. Back at the Beavers at the Shire, remember that guy Merlin? Gordon is his real name.
Yeah.
I was picking up some vibes off of him, and he's maybe can do stuff like I can, and I think he wants to help me train me, and that's cool. But I just wanted to let you know that you're the only one that I really like to train with. Like, you've been teaching me how to drive, and that's really cool. Like, I didn't really have a mom, but I hope that I hope you feel better, because it makes me sad that you're sad.
Thank you. What if you die next? What if another clone of you comes next, and then you don't remember me? What if Torg goes next and Torg doesn't remember me? Erik? Well, but thank you. I will continue to train, and I'll try to get back to my positive self, but I think she died when B died.
Can I hear this?
Well, she referenced you, so I guess, yeah.
D has a knack for like walking up at the wrong time.
I just I like peek my head over, because she was just dressing me, like my wounds and stuff, so I'm sure I'm like right there.
Oh,
but
that's probably, yeah.
yeah, so I like probably
stopped currently. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but when she said like imposter or something, I kind of like perked up and just started listening. And then when she stops talking, I just turned to her and I'm like, whenever Navad was driving, I watched B try to cheer him on, and she said that she couldn't ever do as good of a job teaching him as you could. So even though I don't know you really well, and I definitely can't replace B, I know from her that you're the best driver here. So I just want to say thank you. And you should know that she really appreciated you.
Thank you, D. I do like you. I just, you know what? I will end my vow of silence, and I will try to go back to being happy-go-lucky, but for now, I'll let you take the reins on that.
That's fun.
Borf licks your face, the kind of big slobbery, like across the whole face kind of lick. All right, anybody else have anything else that needs to be done by the body of the giant dead nope? Okay, so you will load up and continue on your way.
I think we're good.
Your injuries will be back by that. So everybody that's got hit points or injuries, they'll be recovered by the time you're on the road again. You will do the equivalent of a rest. So you spend about an hour like talking, checking out the body, reaching your arm in places it shouldn't be, and pulling out poisonous sticker things, that kind of shit. And then you hit the road again. And you probably check the truck. And unlike, again, the Desolation, it was just hell on the vehicles. So it doesn't need as regular upkeep as you do if you go back into the sands. So it's fine. The old thing is fine. And off you go. So you get to be early evening. It's around twilight. And we're going to say, Erik, notice. Can I have the picture of the Ripper, please, Colt?
Oh my God. What the?
So up ahead, you see, and you're not really on a main road here. So off to the side of the side road that you're on, so maybe 30 feet off that road, you see two of these things. And one is cradling the other. The one that it's cradling, the arm has been pulled off and is all beat up. Like you're not even sure if it's alive. So these things are troll-sized, lean, muscular, covered in scales and spikes. Who had the best landlord? Was that Torg?
Yeah.
So
I think
Torg,
it's Torg.
roll your landlord with a bonus die because you're not rolling alone. You're rolling for a group.
Ooh, okay.
Is this so these things are about human sized or a little bigger?
Troll size. They're about 7-8 feet tall.
Troll size.
Hey.
Okay.
Got a 6 and 2
Okay.
5s.
So you know that they don't use weapons, but they have rudimentary intelligence. They can be bargained with. They have voracious appetites and can digest almost anything, so will consume entire bodies, bones and all. There are stories you've heard of settlements that end up giving tribute to keep them at bay. And by tribute, I mean they take their weakest member and feed it to the Rippers. These things, Goldwater, definitely have the kind of claws that could have ripped up the Nope.
Ooh. Okay. Torg have idea. Torg sees these Rippers. Torg knows a thing or two about these Rippers, y'all. So Torg going to propose idea.
Okay, now remember you're down the road at about 30, 40 miles an hour. So your decision will be made for you unless one of the first things you do is say slow down.
Oh. Well, slow down, please.
Right?
Right. Slow down. Torg sees some Rippers, which normally be bad news. However, Torg have idea. So Torg pretty sure that these Rippers are what almost took out Big Nope House. So Torg also know that Rippers very good barters. They're good at trade as far as like if we buy them off, they will leave us alone for all time being. We will not have to worry about them in future at all. And they seem in a vulnerable place, if they're alive still, to do a little bargaining with.
It's
And
pretty clear to the group, by the way, as Torg is saying this, that the unwounded Ripper has seen you, is tracking you, like watching you, but has not moved.
so Torg has feeling that Rippers will be very excited to hear that we finish off Nope. Because I bet that Nope hurt Ripper's buddy. And if we give Ripper the location of Nope so they can then devour Nope, maybe they, consider that a barter and then give us safe passage and, free and clear for fam.
Sounds good.
Wynona, you want to pull up like parallel to it on the road?
All right. Let me just check
Oh, you have to roll. I'm just asking.
Yes. Yeah. No, I didn't roll. I was talking to Lord Navad. You
Cool.
see what I'm doing here? As this is not parallel parking.
Yeah, you double check.
Double
Yep.
check mirrors nonetheless.
So Navad, you're
Yep,
wondering how the
makes
hell
sense.
you didn't notice she wasn't talking? The difference is very much
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you pulled over.
I've been thinking about, recent events.
So the thing is just sitting there watching you, cradling the other one.
So Torg feel, as since Torg is one who figured this out, Torg should probably approach the Ripper with said plan. So Torg is going to approach, but hands up, very clearly in a non-threatening position, because Torg can come off as scary.
Has anyone got weapons out pointed at it? Okay.
No.
Just ready
Good.
to decide.
Yeah, there's no point.
Okay.
Good, yes.
Torg's plan seems very solid plan.
So as you're approaching Torg, you see the thing is kind of deep breathing, like you see the chest heaving, but slow. So you get the impression. Actually, give me an insight check.
Hey! I got a 6 and I only had 2 dice.
So you somehow, well, you have something in common with this thing. You get the sense if this goes wrong, it is tense to attack. So it's just ready, but it's doing its equivalent of standing down. Like it doesn't have a weapon to not have out, but it's as patient as it can be as a predator. It's waiting for you.
Greetings, Torg friend. Torg no harm. Torg actually have gift for you if willing to chat.
It kind of barks at you, just makes like a kind of a noise, and bares its teeth, and just holds the other one closer.
Torg have feeling. Your friend hurt? Yes?
It slowly relaxes a little and kind of allows you to look at the kind of open wounds. So you stayed far enough, Wynona kept you far enough that you didn't have to deal with its hand-to-hand attacks. Can you flash us the nope again, just to remind us of what those might look like up close? Yeah, so picture those stabby bits and the scorpion tail and the thing being as big as a house. Like this other one got hit a couple of times by some of that crap. And so there's broken bone shards coming out. You were dealing just with hocked up like mega loogies. Like its main attacks it didn't even use. So they were attacking hand to hand. And you can see confirmation that it was them because their hands and claws, like to do that much damage, it's like they're wearing mitts of blood because they had to just put their whole arm in, just pull flesh and muscle down. So it basically, in answer to what you're saying, demonstrates how wounded the other one is.
Oh, Torg know what do this. Was this the massive nope? Was this due to big nopage?
It does this. And then points the direction you came from.
Well, Torg have very good news for you, Torg Hope. Because of your and your friends' mighty, mighty, mighty effort, we were able to actually defeat Nope. And Nope carcass is lying just yonder. Me and group of friends.
Insight check?
Yeah. I get another 6.
So it's responding like what you're saying is at the CMOS prompt, you're going to have to reboot. You want to go back to your shell, probably start back over. You're going to want to rewrite your DOS boot up commands. Like it is staring at you with no recognition of your words in its eyes. Like it hears the tone of your voice. It's reading your body language, but your words are not penetrating.
Okay. I go, nope. And then I point at me.
Oh? It kind of nods, looks down at the other one, and then just puts back its head and howls.
Torg points itself. Torg points at friend with drive.
It
Does it know? Does it know what this?
No, it seems confused. It remembers milking something once.
Okay. Help?
So again, it kind of leans the creature towards you. And as much as, can I have the Ripper back up, please? As much as that can look pathetic and sad, like gives you this like kind of mournful look.
Okay. So Torg decide, since the Ripper not quite understanding.
Yeah.
Torg's gonna go check back with Fam to see if some medical assistance can be given to the Ripper.
As you withdraw, your tone, your interaction calmed it enough that it doesn't seem agitated, like it lets you go. There's no particular reaction to that. So goes back over to Wynona and the truck.
Yes, yes. Now, Torg know that fam have it in heart to see good in scary things. And while these Rippers, yes, seem very, very scary, one very, very hurt. And Torg think it would be beneficial for all if we try to help and get one of scary things on our side by helping the wounded one. If possible.
I can definitely take a look. When it was howling, Bork started howling along with it. So
Yeah. Bork is not super happy about the Rippers, as you might imagine. It's also because of your recent sadness. Bork is a kind of a dog, so would be super defensive of you.
Navad, can you take care of Bork? Don't let him out of the truck.
Bork,
Okay.
Bork,
Hey, Bork.
Slobber.
And Torg will walk with you so they know that you associated with me, because Torg pretty sure that Ripper and Torg, while not quite communicating perfect, I believe they understand that we know hurt.
Okay. I have some animal training, so we'll see. I don't know if it's an animal. I don't know what category it is.
Well, you've healed Torg, and Torg have scaly skin, and these have scaly skin. So Torg thinking maybe, Nona skills come in hand.
The two of you are walking over. There's really no need for Wynona to make an insight roll. It's clear that the other one is mournful and protective of the wounded one. It's obvious to you. The one skill you don't have, and it's possible this might be the one you learn this session, is a thing called xenology, which is applying your veterinarian skills to monsters and aliens. So you don't have that yet. So you still try it, but you'll have a penalty because you look at it and go, well, this isn't an animal, and it's also not a person, and it's got 3 livers, and that kind of shit, right? Will you try to use medicine on the wounded one?
Yes, definitely.
The both of you can tell that it is trying hard and succeeding to fight instincts that say, rip you to pieces. Like you're literally doing first aid on something designed to eat you down to your bone, like eat your bones. And you're probably very aware of that. So I need a medicine test for something to see if you notice something.
You need a medicine test from me?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So sorry. Where is?
There's no penalty on this. This is straight up. It's on the left-hand side near the bottom.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Survival box.
Partial.
So you couldn't swear to it, and it's suspicion because you got partial. So it's like maybe it has bulges on its abdomen flanking the stomach. It might be pregnant.
Torg, this got just a little bit more complicated. I think this one's expecting.
Oh, Torg feel extra bad. Torg feel like we really need to try help.
Okay, I don't know how far along, but we've got to get the babies out if they're going to survive. I don't know how long this one's going to survive, and I don't want the babies to not survive with her.
Well, can we get babies out?
Yes. I just don't know if they're to term.
First thing, you want to stabilize the mom if you can. So go ahead and give me a medicine test. -2 dice, though.
Is that because she doesn't know how to do medicine on these critters?
She doesn't know xenology.
Yes.
So. You got it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I got 1 6.
So you
Yeah!
stabilize the
No.
You don't know about long-term survival yet, but you don't know if sex, gender is right either. You're not sure of that. All you know is possible pregnant, right? So the next thing you need to do. So the patient will not immediately die. Stable. So you want to figure out, is your priority the young or the mother?
Well, normally it would be the young. I just don't know if they're ready to come out. So it has to be the mother until I can figure out if they're ready to deliver.
I think let's do a medicine roll with -1 die to see if you can figure that out. I think that's fair.
All right.
Now you're going to have to do a scalpel, and Torg, you might have to calm the other one because you obviously have to cut in.
I got a partial again.
Okay. So Torg,
So,
yeah.
is it possible for Torg to try to ask the non-pregnant monster?
We can say dad, even though it's probably wildly inaccurate.
Inaccurate, yeah. We'll just say parent.
Sure.
One of the the non-pregnant parent.
Say donor and carrier.
I like non-pregnant parent.
Right.
The non-pregnant parent. Is there a way for Torg to ask their preference? Because I have a feeling that it might be better to ask.
So, considering what you're doing,
I mean, I would do it in like hand signals,
give
obviously.
me a persuasion test.
Okay. Where'd it go? Why can't I find persuasion? Oh, there it is. Ooh, okay. Another miracle. Another 6 with only 2 die.
Ooh, baby.
You basically just distract it while you're trying to get the information out. You are not going to be able to get a concept as complex as pre-surgical consent out of a terrible Ripper troll monster. However, you can keep it.
Find these HIPAA forms, please.
right, exactly. You can, however, keep it from beheading your friend while she figures out if it's to term or not.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that you're doing medicine at down 1 die to see if you can find out if it's ready to give birth.
No. Didn't even get a partial.
You have no idea. However, you could spend your karma and get a success here.
Okay. So yes.
It is ready.
Okay.
Like when you cut, something is squirming.
Okay.
Erik.
Torg, you have these.
That the killer monkey sharpshooter is like a little bit of a difference in looking like an all grossed out.
How far are the rest of us? We're kind of watching this scene,
So the truck
scene go down from a distance.
on the road 30 feet from where it was sitting. So you would either be at the
Okay.
truck or some distance between the two.
I call for D because I want her to get some life experience on
Oh God.
how we could be brought into the world. So I just call her so she can watch. But
this is her pregnancy lesson? Oh Jesus. God, all right.
I wave at Erik and I go, I think I'll be covered in amniotic fluid. Goodbye.
Okay, so I cut their squiggly things. Torg has giant hands, so I put the squiggly things into Torg's giant hands.
Oh, so you're going to do basically a cesarean. You're going to split open the chambers and pull the critters out?
Oh yeah, I thought you said I cut into them. I'm sorry.
You were cutting to check.
Oh, cutting to
Cut
check.
one of the little bulges to see, because you had asked, was it to term? And I said there was something squirming around in there. But it's your choice whether to go, fuck it, I'm focusing on the
Gotcha.
pregnant partner, or you can make your priority getting the squirming worms out of there.
Yeah, the squirmy worms look like comparison to how big they are, like the full-grown ones to how big the little squirmy worms are.
Like fist size.
Yeah. Okay.
There's 6 bulges, 3 on each side.
Oh, so they're fist size. Fist. They're the size of a fist for the trolls, though, not ours, right?
No, yours. I mean, holding one would be like this.
Okay.
Yeah, they're only little bumps on the
Gotcha. Okay. Then no, I don't take them out. They're really little, so I will patch that up.
So you're gonna need to do medicine, down 3 dice, but up 1 for D's help. So only down 2 dice. And D, you're gonna do whatever Wynona asks. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you're assisting in trying to save this patient.
6.
Yes, man, we're rolling.
So
And Torg, what Torg is doing is just doing reassuring hand gestures to the non-pregnant partner, being like, save and baby and
So Wynona,
Smile.
because you trained Bork, you would know to give the advice to Torg that Torg's vocal tone will be as meaningful as the gestures, because the reassuring, like with any animal, right? So these things are just big, deadly animals that want to eat all your bones. So if she talks reassuringly, as well as, making gestures that are not hostile. So Torg, you need another persuasion check with a +1 die because you're doing the right things. Is there a form for this, Goldwater?
For what? Having a baby?
Yeah, we'll be like, you're adding something to the.
Oh yeah, you're adding dependence, but that the pregnancy has to be complete. Also, these aren't citizens of the United States, so
Right.
You're not gonna issue social security cards on the spot.
no.
So Torg, you keep the creature, and it's now like it hissed at you at first. It seems more like you're actually relating a little bit. Also, you're close enough for a fairly extended period of time. You don't think you could take this thing. Just looking at the way it moves and how powerful it is, like these things, you're thinking like these 2 things, if they were healthy, would tear through your group. It'd be like fighting Predator.
right.
It's so you're. I mean, I don't know how Torg's fear is wired, but just that awareness that these things are death, in a different way than the nope was death. The nope was kind of a force of nature. Like if it stepped on the truck, it was over. But these things are more like you, but they can just take you apart.
Torg say in soothing low voice. Torg, thank you for sparing us so we can save your babies and your pregnant partner. I don't know where their hearts are located.
Just indicates something. All right, Wynona. They're going to live. So now you need to make a medicine, only down 1 die, to see if you need to do something about the young ones or if you can leave them.
Partial. Oh no. 1/6.
Okay, I'm invoking the negative karma. If you don't take them out, they're going to die.
If I don't take them out.
Yeah, so the
deliver the babies.
donor parent
Oh, the baby.
is going to live, but the kids, oh no, yeah, not, I'm sorry you didn't get to live. No. I meant literally remove them. Like they're not going to make it through
Okay.
to be born properly.
Unless she takes them out right now.
He needs to literally make incisions and pull them out.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So I Torg make a slow pump 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 pump.
Oh!
To try to let him know that unless
Your
she
gestures
takes,
look really dire.
I know, but like that's the thing that like
You look like you were gonna cut his heart out.
to save the baby, to save
Persuasion.
to save babe.
Was that Torg doing an imitation of an EKG? The bump
Yeah.
bump?
But not an EKG of like a heartbeat, like the heart going thump thump, thump thump,
Oh,
and then not thumping.
like literally just miming the heart is pumping versus
Literally, but yeah,
Okay.
not an EKG.
So
Beep,
persuasion.
beep, beep. Torg say beep.
Dog.
Again?
Yes. Yeah, Jim. See if I can angle it without the dice moving in the
Love it.
bowl.
No, I trust you. You keep it calm. All right, Wynona. Here's the tough one. -2 dice, but up 1 for D. Medical roll.
Up 1 for D. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I got like 3 6s. Like, yeah.
So the minute you start pulling one out, the donor parent, the papa, leans forward, hunches slightly, and on his back, 6 large scales slide aside, revealing nipples.
Love it.
Okay.
So then Torg very gently take them as Wynona's taking them out. Torg gently take them,
So they
show
look a little like
them
this.
to the show them. Oh,
They look a little like tardigrades.
adorable!
It's green screening out. I love it.
Because they're green. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're invisible. Wow, they look cool. Partially invisible.
Karma grades.
Yeah.
There we go.
They have little like eel mouths that latch very easily.
As I hand the first one to Torg, I say, "This one's called Marabella, after my mom."
Love it. Oh my God, I love it.
Okay, so you realize now you've got to do all 6, right?
Yep.
Of course. So first, I take the one from her. I show it to the face of the non-pregnant parent, and then I put it so that they can be like, "Oh, look at my child," and then Torg then places the tardigrade on the nipple back.
I need the Ripper again, Colt.
Nippleback.
The worst band of all time.
Smiles all the way back to its ears, which is not a pleasant thing, but you're pretty sure it's pleased. And then when the creature latches on, it makes like a low groan. Okay, we can go back. Thanks. So, all right. And the second one?
Okay, this one shall be called B for my beloved.
Oh.
And C, the third one?
The third one, this one is going to be called Baby Navad for my apprentice.
And the next?
This one is going to be called Torg Jr. for saving its life.
And the last one,
Torg get really excited, and Torg hold it up to face, and Torg say, "You Torg now."
it's Squirmels. The last one is the Runt. So
Oh,
it's little and hideous.
there's only one name if it's a runt, and that's Erik.
So the donor parent leans forward, and those scales partially go back over the young, protecting them. So you could get in, like, if you were close, but the way it's built, it kind of protects the creatures that are on its back. It looks over at Torg and holds up its hand like this. And it fist bumps you.
Love it. That's amazing.
The sweetest fist bump.
All right, we are going to go to break. Before we do, I want to wish happy birthday to Danielle. Literally playing with us on her birthday. So we're going to take a...
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So Jess, who played Nomi, just brought a bunch of people over from her channel just now. And like they literally just showed up. And it feels a little weird to maybe go to break right now. Do we want to just kind of keep going, or do people need a bio break?
That's completely...
Oh, I
what?
could use a break, but can somebody give them a catch up while we're on break?
Yeah, we'll do that, and we've got some stuff to run. So let's go ahead.
I have a scene for Jess. If you want to put me and Jess up in a 2-box, everybody else can go. I have something I want to do for her.
Erik and Wynona.
Yeah.
Really quickly, Colt, can you just give us the birthday slide?
Sweet.
Happy birthday. Okay, so we can go ahead and do a 2-up for them. If you told Colt you can do that, and then everybody else should run to the damn bathrooms while that's happening, so we don't have to have real time out.
But we're all in the same house. How are we going to get to the bathroom? There's going to be a jam up at the bathroom. All right.
There are ways.
Hey, Barrett, you could just run outside like your dog.
Quick pee in the front of the house.
God.
Right.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Erik.
Listen, I know you're not the biggest fan or anything, right? Like, I'm not the most perceptive monkey in the group, but you know.
I mean, I give you a hard time, but I just feel like you're very standoffish sometimes, and I feel like I try to give you fashion tips, and I love the whole purple, but I've told you repeatedly that you're more of a brown, dark gray sort of person. But other than that,
I mean, I might try a sweater one of these days.
it'd be great.
But,
Like zipper, the zipper comes to the neck, and then you can like maybe unzip it and it flaps out.
yeah, maybe with an overcoat or something. But I saved you something when we were out in the desert there. I was the only one who got a chance to see anything that was left of her. And I got a little angry. And so I had a souvenir that I was going to keep, but it didn't work out exactly the way I had hoped. And to make a very long story pretty short, I beat a prisoner with B's leg to get some information, and then I killed him. But I saved something for you because I knew you guys were tight. And right at the end there, she and I had a little moment. So I got this little sneaker for you here that was hers. And I don't know what you're going to do with it or anything, but I figured you were the person that she wanted to have it most. And she probably would have been real bummed out to know that you weren't there when it all went down. But I know she was a big fan. So look, you don't have to be a fan of mine, but I think we have a mutual friend somewhere. So
I always did admire her shoe fashion, and I told her as much. At least she knew that. And as far as you and I, Erik, we're okay. I tease you a lot, but deep down, if it had been you, I would have taken a vow of silence as well. It would maybe not have been as long, but it
sure
would have happened. I promise you. And if anything does happen, you get 48 hours without a word from this fox.
I mean, I really appreciate that. And let me tell you that if I happen to be standing in the blast radius of where you are completely destroyed by a bomb, I will save whatever limbs you have left to do damage with or to give to your closest friend.
Well, promise me, if it's a Mary Jane, you just bury it. Those are so out of fashion. So make sure, again,
I mean, I assume you wouldn't be wearing that to begin with. So if I see that, it's
Well-
going to be an imposter.
when we go into battle, sometimes I put the ugly shoes on, in case get some scuffs or, goo.
I'll tell you what. If it goes down that way and you're wearing the Mary Jane, I'll make sure I switch it out for one of the pretty ones before I hand it off.
Erik, that's it. You get a week of vow of silence. A week.
Colt, can I have a 1-up, please? You got it. Thank you, sir. Okay, so I'm just going to catch up anybody that's watching that hasn't seen the beginning. Our team last session lost a team member to something that was wired with a bomb, so the poor deer exploded. So this session, our team is dealing with the loss, and one of the things that they did is when they were cleaning out her room, they discovered she had been putting together Christmas presents for all of them. She had managed to get presents for everybody but one, but they know where that present was supposed to be found, and they're going to a place called Crossroads, where they're going to try to trade a bobblehead doll for a scarf to keep their dead companion's wishes. And they are on their way there now. They were met on the road by something called a nope, and later found out that it encountered other creatures called rippers. And Colt, you can flash both pictures of those when you get a chance. And are about, in the second part of the game here, to go to Crossroads and complete their business. Nope. The nope is the size of a small building. The rippers are 7-8 feet tall. They're massive troll-like things. All right. So, Wynona's gone. So let's go back to the
You'll be
main
coming back
thing.
from bio break.
Well, we can come back because what I want to do now, real quickly, because we didn't do it this session, we probably should have. Starting with Erik, a brief physical description.
Sorry about that. I was getting a little glass of water. I had an emotional moment right before. And,
So what do you look like, man?
yeah, so I'm I'm short, but not like freakishly short. But what you will notice about me is that I am green and I have leathery skin with a lot of brown hair on it and arms that are sort of monkey length. And I do have some monkey features. And I also I have a third eye that I wear this patch over often to keep things in 3 dimensions as opposed to the 5 that would happen if I ended up having this off. I wear bright colors because I am a sniper and I do not care if anybody sees me. And I carry around a little music player that now basically plays a version of Earth, Wind, and Fire's "I'll Write a Song for You" over and over and over on a loop that I got from a dear friend that we lost last week. So that's what Erik looks like.
Let's shift to Navad.
Yeah, Navad's like 6'5", super skinny kid with like a little emo haircut and wizard robes and a denim jacket with a bunch of patches over it. He can practice magic, and so one of the things that magic does is it warps your body. And his through the past exercise of magical skills, his skulls have his pupils have become something like the shape of a skull. So he's kind of got a kind of a goth emo kid kind of vibe to him.
We decided
yeah.
between, I forget the name of the male Marceline, but you're somewhere between male Marceline and maybe the gothed up version of Hank Venture.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Jack Skellington.
Taller and thinner. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and Goldwater?
Goldwater's face looks like a mix of Tom Jane, who played the Punisher, and Clark Gregg, who plays Agent from the Marvel movies from Shield. And he,
Coulson.
Coulson, thank you. He kind of is a combination between the two in action as well. The IRS agents in the post-apocalypse try to get people to pay their taxes or to distribute the taxes that they collect to folks who need it. So oftentimes a little beat up clothes. It's a suit, but it's patched together and real short haircut. Also looks like a normal human for the most part, but has a sensitivity to light. So sometimes his skin is super red. And he has a forked split tongue, which waggles when he's really frustrated.
Torg?
Torg is very, very tall, large, and intimidating looking if it wasn't for the fact that Torg is almost always smiling and in a good mood, even if they are designed to murder everything that comes in their path, if need be. Torg has scaly, yet slightly glittery green skin. They're 7 foot, who knows, very tall. Has a penchant for old vintage style leather jackets that they find, in the pits and whatnot. And Torg has an array of talismans that they wear that are like little mini shrines to the people that Torg has murdered. Torg has occasional see-through lips, depending on the environment with which they are, and of course a luxuriously long rainbow braid that's au naturel, thanks to the nuked environment. No upkeep on the rainbow braid here on the Torg. It's all natural. Yeah, large, jolly, very strong.
And Wynona?
Wynona has fox-like features, so little fox ears, hairy. She's very voluptuous, so just very curvy. Average height, I would say. Very fashionable, as we all know. Color coordinates, somehow finds the best jewelry in this godforsaken world. Just looks like she doesn't really belong. Like, she looks like she's out of In Style magazine circa 2009. Also carries her little medical bag everywhere she goes, which does match shoes, belt, what have you. And she has her little dog, Bork, who is the cutest dog that anyone's ever seen. I don't know if you have a picture of him.
Yeah, Colt, you got the Bork picture?
If you do.
Okay.
I'll
resend it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, Bork is actually, she thinks it's cute, but Bork is a mutated nightmare that's got a cable knit sweater and is growing purple fur. But he's lovable. Dee, what do you look like?
So Dee is a twin, or rather some iteration of siblings from a laboratory, and she is a pure, so that means that I look like a human. I don't have any flaws as far as interesting skin colors or sensitivities, any of that stuff. I'm also a little bit shiny, so slightly iridescent. And as far as vibe, think Kaylee from Firefly, April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop kind of situation. Just very angular, sleek cut as far as shape of face and person, and very striking features. She is completely unaware of any of that as far as translating that into beauty, so isn't trying to emphasize anything. They all wore different varieties of pilot, what are those called? Like pilot jumpsuits?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hers is blue, and her pastime whenever she's bored is to decorate this thing. So she has a D on it, and she like adds over it from time to time whenever she's bored.
All right, let's go back to the main board. All right, hang on. All right, how's that? All right, so the group is now 2 days later. It's been a couple of days since you gave birth to a mutant's 6 horrible, tiny, lamprey-mouthed, tardigrade looking monster babies, and have named all of them, and they're all suckling away at the back of the daddy. You apparently now have something of an ally in a local, terrible, deadly monster. So if nothing else, it's unlikely to attack your base of operations. All right, so the other thing I can do, input. How about, I'm sorry, Colt, is this better? So it was there or there. So like here. Sorry, checking the voice. I misjudged my microphone. Okay, so you are now right at the edge of Crossroads. You can see it. It is at a literal crossroads. It's actually in the shadows of a cloverleaf overpass. So it's built around the rubble of that. You see it at dusk where it's all lit up from a distance, and you hear music as you approach. You hear a band playing a kind of music called Scourge. Scourge is a fusion of jazz and death metal. It is very loud and tends to go on for a very long time.
So like Candiria. Actual band.
Or it sounds like Naked City. Like a John Zorn album.
Right.
And you're not wrong. All right, so you just get a roll on up in your truck.
I mean, seems like that's the play, right?
Yeah, there are a couple of parking lots, and this is, it's a small town. So the parking lot is kind of the size of a Walmart parking lot, and there are dozens of vehicles and motorcycles there.
I'm going to do the thing where I back in backward, just as a learning device for Navad.
Gotcha.
We are in a truck, and that's easier to sort of get out that way. So, yeah.
Okay.
Point taken.
You park the thing, you head in. There is not a gate, but there are sort of checkpoints here and there. And each checkpoint has 2 of the boys, 2 of these trolls. And the trolls are decked out in basically armored football outfits. And they will stop you on the way in. Welcome. What's your business?
Here to trade.
Trade. All right. So you got coin?
Yes, and other objects to barter.
Good. All right. Go on in. Don't cause a problem or we'll have to kill you. That would be bad. We're told not to kill people unless we have to.
Oh, we won't cause any trouble.
Good.
All right. Go on in. All right, so you head in. You can see pretty clearly that there are some stores that are actually set up inside of old buildings, but they're also like little pop-up kind of, it's almost like the post-apocalyptic version. Apologies to those of you who aren't Austinites, of the Pecan Street Festival. So picture a very aggro version of any street festival that's familiar to you. The center of town has sort of a stand, and there's a band playing, and there is a bar in one of the actual buildings with a sign they painted, and it's called Plague Rat, and it's got a drawing of a rat.
Just a reminder, what's our goal here based on this information that we have?
I think
We're
we're
here to trade the bobblehead for a specific scarf, and it was written on Wynona's paper that it was a specific shop. What was the name of it?
Well, we were
Oh,
guessing
Torg,
it was antique
Torg.
something. Jewelry, antiques.
Jewels and Antiquities or something like that.
Yeah, jewels and antiquities. So we have to go there.
So are you going to just start talking to people, or do you go to the bar, or you go looking for signs?
Oh well,
This
this is my first time outside, so I can't move.
It's about 5:30-ish.
I could use a drink. It's happy hour somewhere.
Okay. Plague Rat is a dive, but that's not a surprise. It's, the apocalypse and everything. And there's a variety of people inside. Many here are of the sort that have animal features. So there are, there's wolf boys, and there's a squirrel lady, and about a third of the mutants take on some animal aspect. It's some form of devolution. Like Wynona, who has the fox-like aspect, that's relatively common. But this bar has an unusual number of them, so that's kind of what the place looks like. You can get a drink here, and they have some stuff that's bottled. They actually have hard liquor and the usual mash shit. That, as we mentioned before, the predominant drink here is effectively toilet wine. It's toilet swill. It's like prison wine. But they have some better stuff here. So they've got someone who's doing, bathtub gin equivalent stuff, because that kind of technology would not have completely escaped the entire drinking world. Someone would know how to do that. And someone is supplying this bar.
How many people are in the bar total?
Couple dozen or higher. Like, you're looking around, and it's got more areas that you can't see through the direct line of sight in bathrooms, but you can look at least a couple dozen people. So let's see him on a slow night.
Anybody who looks like me?
There are a couple of goblins.
Anybody who looks like me?
Well, no one looks like you, man. You got extra long arms, and you're kind of monkey-like, and you have 3 eyes.
Well, you were telling me that it was an anthropomorphic bar, so I was curious as to whether or not there are any monkeys there.
In fact, yes. One of the bouncers is very great ape-like. So he's sort of silverback looking. He's older.
All right, so I'm gonna buy a bottle.
Okay.
Of something decent, not something that's gonna get me like marked as the, this is not a Tiberfane situation. This is I'm just gonna, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm gonna
a bottle of Wipeout, and you say, "No thanks. What do you got that won't erase my memories?"
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he'll get you something suitable.
Great. So I set up the team with a little bit of hooch, and then I kind of like elbow Goldwater in the shoulder, and I'm like, "You want to come have a conversation with me?"
Certainly.
So on your way through town in Goldwater, it's clear there's an area of the town that's effectively markets, so it's all stalls. That's probably where most of the trading is done. So if you need to do that, that's where you probably go. There's an area that seems better defended. That's probably where Boss Man lives. You now know where the vehicles are. If you're going to try to get additional gas, that's probably the place to go.
Okay.
If you need to know anything else, let me know.
No, that's good. What do you need, Erik?
I was thinking we might go talk to that bouncer for a minute. Looks like he and I have something in common, and we could probably use a little information.
Sounds good to me. I'll back you up.
All right, so I guess we walk over to the silverback bouncer. Hey, brother.
Oh, evening.
What do you got in town for somebody's never been here before?
You're seeing sights?
I mean, if there are sights to be seen, I suppose. Actually, I'm looking for a pretty particular place that sells what is it?
Jewels and antiquities.
Julie's Antiquities.
Do you mean Jules' place? Jules a person.
What is
Yes,
tell me
that's
about
what I'm looking for.
that. Sounds about right. Yeah.
I don't know if it is. I'm just bluffing.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
Jewel runs an antiquity store. Yeah. Good, solid person.
Where's their store located?
They've got a market that's right off all the stalls, but it's a nice enough place that they're in one of those buildings. I think it used to be like a kind of a Jiffy Lube kind of a place, but it's a store now.
Okay.
They'll trade you fair. I mean, you got to be looking. I mean, Jules' specialty is the hard to find but meaningless crap. Like if you want a drink cup from Wendy's, Jewel might have it. You know, if you want collector's spoons from Nebraska, Jewel might be able to get it for you. So nothing.
Got
anything.
Has it got any music in there?
Yeah, probably. That's hard to find, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for something in particular.
No, you'd ask them.
All right, man. Anything else we should be on the lookout for?
I mean, you know, if you're new to town, you're looking for thrills. Your big friend there points to Torg. They fight.
Yeah, they fight.
Well, we have a judicial arena here. So
Interesting.
some crimes are actually resolved by engaging judicial champions, and then whoever wins, that's the side that's right.
How do you
question, and I don't expect you to know the answer. Is there anyone enforcing the taxation laws? Anyone enforcing the taxation laws within the town?
Yeah, the general takes. I mean, they call it a tithe, but it's more than a tithe.
And is the tithe then used to increase the prosperity of the people within the village?
They're used to increase the prosperity of the general.
I was afraid of that. All right, thank you, sir.
Oh, of course. I mean, the things you're saying there don't really bother me because my business is this club.
Mm-hmm.
But be careful. You don't want to run afoul of the squad.
No, I don't.
They might want to run a two-a-day on you.
I see. Thanks for the
Thank
warning.
you. Thank you, my friend.
Tiberius.
Eric.
Good to
And
meet you.
I reach out my very long hand and
He reaches out his almost equally long arm because he's physically.
oh, can we do that? Can we do the shit where you the handshake that's all the way in here, like the arm grip handshake?
Yeah, but it's like a yard.
Yeah. And I give him a little extra meaning on the squeeze, like
makes a little bit of like an ape grunt.
yeah.
Solid. All right. What next? You have your quest. It's a quest for a scarf.
We'll go back to the table. We found the place we're looking for. Jules Antiques.
Sounds pretty easy.
Torg, I see you moving your mouth, but nothing's coming out.
I know. I was about. Hey, nothing had come out of my mouth yet. All Torg was doing was going, and now Torg ready.
Right.
Speak. Torg, what to say? Torg feel like maybe Torg should not go because isn't part of gift giving surprise?
That is a good point, Torg. That's a very good point.
I mean, we have narrowed it down to scarf, so I'm not sure how much more surprise there's going to be.
What kind of scarf, though? Think about it, Erik.
There are many types of scarves. Goldwater is correct.
And Torg not know material or color or pattern or any of thing. And there's many different sizes and shapes of scarves, which means
Okay.
who knows what Torg can use it for. We'll all be
Clearly, you have
surprised.
exposed my lack of knowledge regarding the scarf.
Navad,
Yeah.
there is a very shy-looking fox boy who's about your age.
Fox boy.
Kind of like trying not to stare at Wynona, and has been drinking and is clearly trying to build up the courage to come say hello.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you said Fox Boy.
yeah.
I heard Box Boy with a B.
Oh, that's not what I thought you heard.
Punch. He's just a boxing boy.
No, not boxing. Like a boy that is a box.
I was just saying
like he's got a head, a box for head.
I am Box Boy.
Cardboard box.
Revealing
We're
how
living
deep
in
my
a
nerd
cardboard
goes,
box.
Yeah.
that would make him a Modron.
So I see this.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Wynona? Does she?
Doesn't
would she-
notice.
But she doesn't know. But I notice it.
Yeah, you because of where you're sitting.
I'm lecturing scar going on and on and on.
I am aggressively taking notes.
So Wynona, it's like the shrimp conversation. You know, you
Yeah.
can eat a boiled
Yep.
shrimp. You can have okay.
I am clearly immediately sorry that I made the distinction between any scarf at all and any other kind of scarf at all. But considering that Wynona and I are recently buddies, I am going to sit there and take it.
I'm
What?
gonna. Yeah.
Navad, you're saying something?
I was gonna just go over and just kind of like, nah, to the kid.
Hey, oh, hey, man. No, what? I mean,
Hey, look, she's going through a lot right now. Just trust me.
oh,
Like you're gonna.
I didn't want to make her feel bad or anything.
I don't know. I mean, look.
So he
Hey,
puts a
shooters,
hand on your
shooters, shoot.
shoulder, and he kind of like half drunk, soggy towards you a little bit.
Towards
She's
me.
so beautiful, man.
Yeah. No, she is.
So tell me, because I don't understand all this shit. If I tell her she's beautiful, am I just being a stupid guy, or is that like an insult, or should I sit, or should I shut up, or if I sit here and stare at my creeper, or should I tell her my name? She knows that I'm staring, or should I admit that I'm staring?
Look, what do you want to have happen?
I want to get on her bones.
Okay. Well, maybe you should get to know her first, or look. Look.
But so here's the thing, man. She's not only pretty, but kapow! She's got it all. She's got no shit on her at all. Look at that.
She's very fashionable. She also taught me how to drive. Look,
She's your teacher?
I mean, yeah, we all hang out together. Me and all of these guys.
He puts his other hand on your other shoulder and he leans in more. He's
Uh-huh.
now way inside your personal space. Does she wear glasses sometimes?
Is not that I've ever noticed. But
No
then again,
one's perfect though.
I mean, she didn't talk for a while, and I didn't pick up on that, so I'm not the most observant.
If I bought her a drink, would she drink it, do you think?
Maybe.
What
Hey.
what do goddesses drink, man? I don't know.
Just ask. She's pretty friendly.
Really? But you came up and you said no, man.
Well, I thought you were going to be weird about it. You're just kind of more pathetic than anything.
Oh, that's what I was afraid of. At this point, others of you, and we're going to say not Wynona, because it's funnier that way, have noticed Navad talking to the clearly drunken, besotted young fox boy.
Look,
I think he's cute, so I'm gonna walk over there. Why is he sad and squishing on you?
Oh, no. And he literally, apologies to anyone watching. This is the character talking. He pulls back and literally says, no homo.
to me. Okay.
I mean,
You know the guy I'm talking about, though, Mike. This is a dude. Like, this is clearly this dude is that dude. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
Or-
spit at anyone.
Torg is angry, but
Torg, stand up.
Torg rises.
Torg is gonna mess this poor guy up. Oh, go for it, Torg. I'm also not gonna stand in the way of this.
I step out of the way.
Okay.
I am still being riveted by scarf conversation in the other corner.
I love the idea that Torg's approach is part of the Red Sea, and the other PCs basically go, no, I don't think so.
Torg, stand up with large frown and look down at Fox Boy and say, you want to say that to Torg Face?
I don't know what you heard, sir.
Hey, look, friend. We don't play that way around here. We're all very accepting of everybody's deal. So, like, Torg in particular. I'm just saying.
No, Navad. Everyone should be on Torg level.
Oh,
Not just me in particular.
no.
There's something you not tell me yet, Navad?
No, what I'm saying is you have the power to mess people up when they are dumb.
Wrong?
Accepting.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
And
didn't
yes,
want
wrong.
this guy to think I was coming on to him because I want to come on to your friend.
Okay, all right. Torg gonna stop this right now. Torg say if you try to take one step or one word even close to precious fox friend,
I would say at this point, Wynona would notice Torg towering over a sniveling little fox boy.
Torg will make sure that you never talk again.
Oh, God. So make an intimidate with 2 dice extra because that's harsh.
With 91 dice.
Yeah, exactly. Just roll all the dice.
Yeah.
So he backs away. He's clearly as miserable as he is drunk. I didn't mean any offense. She's just so pretty, and everyone around here is so weird and isn't like me, and I don't know.
Torg think if you want to keep tongue, you shut mouth and walk away now.
You certainly intimidated him enough that he shuts down, walks away, and a table over to a little bit to your right actually gets up and cheers. Somebody for that table says to you, "What's your name?"
Torg! Torg is Torg!
Drinks for Torg. And somebody from the other side of the bar is like, "Drinks for Torg." And you see that your buddy, the bouncer, goes over and escorts the little, let's call it what it is, homophobic fox boy out of the bar. And there's another cheer. So you now have the empathy and favor of the entire bar. And he comes back.
Torg then stands up and goes, Torg, say thank you. Torg want to high five all in bar, and Torg slowly starts making the rounds and individually high
Hands
fiving.
go up.
I'm not sure how the rest of us would know this, but all of the 5 of us, can we just hum the Chariots of Fire theme while Torg goes on?
Yeah.
Mm.
Happy birthday.
I also love it's like I also see Torg doing it not like a run by high five of people like after a home run, but very deliberately
Yes.
going to each person.
Yes.
Taking count of everyone.
But also, she is so strong that they don't want to kill anybody. They're trying really hard not to like break hands on the way around.
Exactly.
It's like when Andre the Giant high fives somebody.
Yes.
Torg is giving high fives, but good eye. That's exactly how they're doing it. Is very carefully, like they come in strong, and then carefully go. Boop. So it's like ha.
Oh, I'm also seeing like little like smaller people having to jump up to do it.
In that
People are
case,
lifting each other on top of each other.
gets on knees for people that can't quite.
There are some small people here for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
god.
so
I think we know where we can leave Torg while the rest of us go to the jewelry store.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Torg.
Torg's gonna be fucking hammered by this.
It's like Goldwater's like, come on guys, while Torg is doing high
split
fives, let's go
there.
get the scarf.
And we're gonna say that Wynona stays with Torg because they are equally supportive of Wynona at this point. So
Yeah.
they're gonna want to like
Oh, nice.
and as you're having drinks and making new friends, a human, you may be mutated, but it's not obvious what it is, comes up to you, shy girl, maybe 15, and she's wearing like cosplay ears, kind of like Jess is actually wearing right now. And she says, "Excuse me, miss. I wanted to thank you because he wanted me to be his girlfriend and he wasn't super nice about it. So I'm glad somebody shut him up."
Torg want to say, anytime that happen again, you tell them you run with Torg,
I
and
was a
they leave
little-
you alone.
I was a little mad at myself because he picked me out because of my ears.
No, I stop you right now.
Her
Do
eyes
not blame. Do not blame yourself. It's never your fault that someone else, creepy asshole.
She stands up a little straighter. Okay. Well, thank you. And I don't buy drinks for people, but I made cookies. So here's some cookies.
Torg love cookies. Can Torg share with Fox friend?
Yep. And she'll sit down. All right. So the other members of the team, as Torg and Wynona are busy battering the patriarchy, the other 4 of you go down to the like Trader Square and that whole area. And there is a shop that has a sign outside that says Jewels Antiquities, and it's very carefully lettered. However, there is a red sign that's been hammered to the door.
Mm,
Okay,
Can
let's
we
look
read
at
it?
the sign.
say,
It says closed by order of the general.
are there items and stuff inside? Can we see through the window? Are there still things in there?
Looks like whatever was in there has been confiscated.
Hmm.
This
I
is
was
bad.
hoping we weren't gonna have to kill a whole bunch of people today, but
It is possible that this business was not paying its taxes and therefore is closed for legitimate reasons, but I feel like I do need to speak to this general to ensure that this business was closed for legitimate reasons, and then we can see if there's possibly an auction for the items that were in this house so we can have an opportunity to purchase the item that we were looking for.
Good idea.
It honestly
Yeah.
did not occur to the GM that you had a tax agent in your group.
I'll watch your ass.
For sure. All right, so you guys go back to or do you just let Torg and Wynona do their thing, and do you want to go looking to speak with the general?
Well, we're not finding the scarf. Torg and Wynona, and we also don't know what the situation's going to be, so I think it's an all hands on deck situation.
Okay, well, they've been already young woman who seems now more able, she's been armed to be more able to say no and not blame herself, and has a new hero. When we next see her, I'll just spoiler, she will be wearing the ears, but she will also be wearing a braid of multicolor.
Oh, yes.
She'll
Yes.
add to her wardrobe. We will name her Virginia.
Mashup cosplay.
Yeah. Virginia will be a cosplayer. Well, it's post-apocalypse. There's cosplay. People know what that is.
What kind of outfit is she wearing?
Sorry?
Can we call her Ginger for short?
Ginger's fine. Absolutely.
I want to know what kind of, like, what animal ears she was wearing.
Yeah.
Fox
just
ears.
really like fox style, just the pointy ones. Like that.
Oh, I was hoping they were wolf, because I mean, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf?
That, sadly, no. I'm afraid I really...
Run to get that.
Once the party comes back, gets Torg and Wynona, what's your next stop? What do you want to do?
I mean, I guess we're gonna have to go see the general, right?
Yup.
All right, you go to the end of town, the area that on the way in, Goldwater had kind of picked out as, well, that's the place that you know, defensible. And there's a couple of the boys on guard, and they have submachine guns. Good evening. Enjoying the music?
Yes, it's very good.
Good.
We're here to see the general.
Do you have an appointment or some shit?
No, unfortunately, I did not make an appointment before coming. The situation that I'm here for was not the reason I came to your town, but it is something I need to discuss.
Is it really important, or do you want to bribe me?
It's really important.
All right. So what's the topic? Like, what kind of important? Like, are there aliens coming to destroy the town, or what's going on?
I'm gonna start like pulling papers out of my bag.
Oh, stop! No, please.
I walk over, and because I'm a pure, I have +1 influence when exploiting my looks.
Yep.
And so I just walk in front of Goldwater casually and very innocently say, my dead sister sent us on an errand to make sure that our friend gets an important artifact, and that shop was closed.
Go ahead and make an influence roll with the bonus.
Okay. Oh my god, where's my desk?
Yeah, if you're willing to cute at someone, you get the bonus.
Okay.
Well, I can't help her be cute. Like,
can I help her be cute? No.
Yeah.
Got a 5.
Also,
so you got a partial.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I didn't really understand all of that, but so the general, like a lot of people in these situations, if you go in there, he's going to want to be able to see that there's a way this is good for him.
mm-hmm.
Speaking with you got an upside for him?
It can. It all depends on...
Goldie, if somebody is evading taxes or whatever you do, doesn't that mean that they're criminals and the general would want criminals to be found out in his community? Pretty
Taxes.
Sure.
Yeah, we gather taxes. That's he's pretty serious about that.
So am I.
There's a tax problem.
There may be a discrepancy in how the taxes are being collected, or possibly how people are being prosecuted for non-payment.
Sure. All right. Carlos, stay here. I'm going to go see if he's got time. Is he alone? Yeah. All right. I'll be right back. So he goes inside.
Goldwater, is there a chance that the IRS could owe them money, and then that's a good thing for them?
It's possible, but I highly doubt that they filled out any of their forms. If I did a review, or they were willing to work with me on it, we could see if there is a chance that they need a remittance. It would take me some time to get that to them, though.
Gotcha.
He comes back in about 5 minutes. Yeah, I guess. I mean, he was just watching old tapes, and he's got some time. Follow me.
Thank you.
So you go inside, and there's actually a little side room, and there's a goblin behind a table. He's got a cage behind him, and not like a cage for wolves, like a cage, like chained like a cage.
Mhm.
And he asks for your weapons.
Okay.
I can't have you going in to see the boss with your weapons. Sorry.
Understandable.
Especially not that thing. And he points to the cinder block on a stick that Torg is carrying. Yeah, sorry, that's a no-no.
We're just here to talk.
All right, that's good. All right, so he locks everything up. You give up Karen?
Yeah.
Say goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The goblin takes note of everything, puts it away, locks it up. You go inside, and the room you're led into is a post-apocalyptic. Well, boy, if you've played any of the Fallout games, you know how the kind of younger players tend to make their bases full of like things 13-year-olds like. Everything's got 8 pool tables and rows of comic books, and it's that room. It's full of like somebody whose tastes have not evolved past preteen, who suddenly has power and money.
So it's kind of like the hideout from the Double Dragon movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Totally. So it's got that kind of like, there's the video game where you punch the thing and it gives you a score, that kind of stuff.
Is there neon everywhere?
It's
Sorry?
basically Barcadia without the alcohol.
Yes. Well, the alcohol's there too. I mean, there's a bar in here. So you see the general. He is actually a troll. He's got a metal helmet with holes cut out for his horns and a military long coat cut down to a vest to fit his massive frame. And he's got like 3 of the boys in here. So it's like the coach hanging out with enormous football players is what the room looks like.
Okay.
Hello, he roars.
Hello.
I am General Discontent.
Hello, General. I'm IRS Special Agent Delano Goldwater. And
No.
these are my friends, Erik, Lord Navad, Torg, Dr. Wynona Torilla, and D.
I'm also a colonel, technically speaking, so speaking the same language with you, Jen.
Colonel.
Yeah.
And the dog barks. Lord Navad. Lord of what?
Doing cool stuff.
Colonel. Colonel of what?
Well, in certain circles, I'm the colonel of a group of people that were being manipulated to do. It's a long story.
All right. Well, to be fair, I'm just general of this because I said I was. So it's not like I really have anything legit to hang over your head. I just wanted to know. So what's your business, special agent?
First question really is the store Jules Antiquities. There's a closed sign on it. It seems like all the items inside have been removed.
Yeah, Jewel was behind on the taxes we ask of people that spend time here at Crossroads.
Okay. What percentage of the gross or net profit do you ask for from the people that pay your taxes?
It depends on what my expenses are. If there's shit I want to buy, the taxes can be as high as 100%.
So the taxes are levied at the necessity of your needs, not the needs of the people in your town.
But my needs allow Crossroads to exist, so my needs are the needs of the town.
I see. The items within the shop, what is
Confiscated, subject to forfeit unless the amount is made good. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but we have arena fights to decide important legal matters, and Jewel hasn't found a champion yet. They've got another 2 days to find someone. Otherwise, they forfeit and I get everything.
At some point, we may have to revisit how you determine your tax and I collect them. This is part of what I do as I work with people to ensure that taxes and tax laws is fair and equitable for all parties. But right now, I think we may be able to help Jewel out. Do you know where they may be?
Yeah, in prison, for sure.
Where's the prison?
Does someone want to speak with Jewel?
Myself and my friend Torg would like to speak with Jewel.
Just
If Torg is up for this.
Just the two of you I can take. I can't take all 6 of you down there.
No, we just need the 2 of us.
All right, we'll stay here. I've got a really sweet Blues Brothers pinball machine. You guys can play with that. Took me a fucking long time to fix that bad boy, but it works now. And you, as Scott, yeah, boss, take the 2 of them down to the prison. All right, boss. So Scott gets up. You can tell it's Scott because they've got a number on their jersey and the name Scott. So they're a little bit like Batman villains, Batman henchmen, the 60s version. So the troll, Scott the troll, football player heads over. Follow me, please. We ask that you not touch or otherwise interact with any of these valuable belongings that do not belong to you. Such wise could be dangerous for your ongoing well-being.
Sorry, man, that's cop talk. You're doing cop talk. I love it.
He leads you down into the jail.
Okay.
The others of you hang out with the general. He is basically like, oh God, did you see that? It was not a great movie. Remember the movie where I think it was Seth Rogen, where they went and made friends with Kim Jong-un?
Oh, The Interview.
The Interview. So the time that's been hanging out with him playing basketball, it is kind of that tone where he's like, you guys.
Never seen.
It was
know the name.
an important, not important, but an interesting, like historical note because they literally ended up like on watch lists and all kinds of terrible shit because of it. And it was just kind of funny. But so he does stuff like, you guys ever have pizza? I got pizza.
I mean, I've never actually eaten pizza. I've heard of it, but
I can fix that. You want some pizza? Monkey guy.
My desire to eat pizza outweighs the fact that you just called me monkey guy. So
I'm sorry. Was that rude? You prefer ape dude?
You can call me Erik.
Erik. All right. And you, Lord of whatever this shit.
Doing cool stuff.
Yeah. Can you do some cool stuff?
Please do it.
I got a ramp over here. Skateboard.
I'm gonna start levitating.
Nice. Hang on. I know how that's done. And he tries to do the weird levitation by getting the angle right and going on your toes. And he does not get it. Am I levitating now?
Not really.
Well, that was kind of cool. I mean, I would call myself Lord about that. Then do you do coin tricks?
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna put my death head on.
Hey, he's gonna love that.
This never fails.
It comes up every episode.
-1 die.
What?
Intimidation at -1 die, please.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna think it's cool. You're not scared.
So his head
Oh,
goes.
I got a 6.
Yeah, this is not really to make him scared in this case, it's to make an impression. But we're going to use intimidate for that. And he got the 6. So he pauses and then goes,
Golf claps it.
your pizza gets pepperoni.
Oh.
Nevada.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to talk to the ladies. Meanwhile, the 2 of you that are being led down into the prison, there are a bunch of small cells. About a third of them are occupied. And he takes you to one, and you can see it's got like a window in it. It's a window door. It's not really a prison cell. And the person inside has a mutation where their skin sparkles, so almost like a Twilight vampire, but worse. The effect is similar to some of the X-Men movies. They did the diamond skin effect. It looks like that.
Okay.
And they're wearing all white.
I just want to rewind just a scotch.
Yeah.
While we're coming down to this, and then the description be the same, I just want to look over at Torg and say, Torg, I hope I didn't assume that you wanted to fight in combat, in gladiatorial style combat. I know you've done it before, but I sort of just assumed you would do it again without actually asking.
Oh. Well, is Torg fighting for good reason?
Well, I believe that Jules has been, and I will find out when we speak to them, but I believe that Jules has been imprisoned, essentially illegally, by the general. Also, and this is less important, and I don't want to, I'm not trying to manipulate you when I say this, but Jules has the item that we're looking for that will be your Christmas gift. I do think that the first reason is more important than the second. However, the second should be stated.
Torg honestly feel conflicted because Torg feel first reason is reason enough. However, now that I know second, Torg don't know if Torg should, because the whole point of present is someone else get it for you.
Well,
and if Torg go and fight, then essentially Torg getting present for self.
You still won't know what it is. And it really is all of us completing what B was going to get you for Christmas. Again, I'm not trying to manipulate you here. I'm just stating facts.
Well, if it's for B, Torg will do in B memory.
Thank you. She would appreciate it, and I know you already know that. Now we can be at the cell.
Okay.
It just occurred to me that it was pretty crappy to be like,
Yeah,
hey, hey, big fighter, do you want to fight for no reason?
Right. So you are let up. Scott says, all right, you got to keep the door closed, but you can hear them. And Joel gets up, comes to the door. I don't know you.
No.
Hello?
No, you don't know us. We came here to find an item in your store, and then we found your store to be closed. And I believe that the taxes that were levied against you were unfair and illegal. What were you asked to pay the general?
It was more than I could afford, and I've been keeping up my payments. Every time the general wants some expensive toy, he leans on those of us that have a good enough, most reliable enough business to cough up the extra money. So he knew he could get away with it. So he asked for more than I could reasonably give him without leaving me with so little money. I couldn't pay the various agents that I have out in the field looking for the things I sell.
So you've been paying your taxes and you don't make an excessive amount of profit, I assume, from this business.
It depends. I have good trades and bad. Overall, I think I do rather well, but I also, I stay mostly at Crossroads, so I try to follow the rules and pay up. I know that's one of the reasons, you pay the boys to protect you, and there's there's a couple of turrets and things like that. They have to have upkeep on that. I'm all right with that, but I couldn't afford this, and he's leaning on me. And I think he thinks I'm just going to cough up. And the problem is, if I do, I won't have working capital.
I understand. How many other businesses have been closed due to this type of action from the general?
From time to time, there's a wave of it. I mean, the last time I remember, about half the durable businesses, the ones that stay here, about half of them closed. See, there was some damn pinball machine about the Blues Boys or something, and he paid a ridiculous amount for that thing. I mean, I know old Bert closed down. I coughed up. I had a little aside. I had the extra money at the time.
Is any of the money he takes ever reinvested outside of keeping his men happy and fed, these turrets, buying alcohol for himself, anything that's actually comes back to you outside of protection?
Yeah, a little, or I wouldn't be here. I mean, where we're at now is physically a little tenuous. I mean, we're underneath the shadow of the cloverleaf. I understand the reason for that is he believes it will shadow us from someone trying to see us from above. And that's one of the fears about the angels and their agents. So it's a good idea. And it means from time to time, he does spend to reinforce some of the crumbling. Who are you?
Oh, apologies. I did not introduce myself. I am IRS Special Agent Danielle Goldwater, and I'll hold on my badge, show my thing that I spent money on for real.
IRS? What is an IRS?
It's the Internal Revenue Service. It's part of the United States of America. It's a wing of the government that enforces and creates tax law.
The U.S. folded in my grandfather's time.
I'm aware. However, one branch of the government is still running, and arguably the most important branch.
So do you work for the old U.S. or for the corporate states that followed? Do you serve Tecton?
I would say that our goals align more with the founding fathers of the United States and the ideals of John Locke.
You're a patriot.
Yes.
I have other customers that are patriots. I usually they wear the stars and stripes more in a bolder, more fashion-forward way.
I have a feeling that these are people who call themselves patriots but don't actually want to do anything to make the world a better place, only to reimagine what they think the United States is.
Yeah, they talk about it a lot. What?
This is Torg.
Torg. Oh, hello, Torg.
A friend of ours.
Are you a he, she, or they?
Well, Torg is Torg. So sometime Torg feel they, sometime Torg feel she, sometime Torg feel he. Right now, Torg feeling very Torg.
I'll just say Torg then. Pleased to meet you, Torg. I'm Jewel.
Now, Joel, we do have a personal reason for for getting your business back.
I was wondering what brought you to my door.
Well, the injustice is what really brought the injustice is what brought me here. But what brought us to this settlement is your shop has a scarf of some kind that we are going to trade for.
Now, does Torg want no detail of scarf? Because I don't want to know anything else about it. So Torg say no detail. No detail.
No, I won't say anything. But you're friends of B.
Yes.
Oh, B's a dear.
Yeah. I regret to tell you that she has passed away, and we are finishing up her Christmas list.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I helped a bit. There was a chip that she needed for a musicer. She needed a recordable chip. I helped her source that.
She's made the recording.
She's got a lovely voice, had a lovely voice. I'm sorry. Well, I'm happy to help, but of course I'm in prison.
Well, that's partly why we're here, to remedy the injustice. We understand that trial by combat is one of the methods for releasing someone.
That's rigged, though. I mean, he has his choice of his boys, and they train constantly, and they're trying. As they're speaking, they're kind of gradually looking over to Torg and realizing this speech, which is becoming obvious that they've had to say before, maybe doesn't apply in this case. Yeah. Why would you help? Oh, so that I could help. I mean, I feel terrible about the idea of putting yourself at risk now.
There's always a
Oh.
risk for justice.
Torg also ready to risk in order to honor memory of B.
Oh, all right. So this is a little cheeky of me. Are you tough? I mean, you look tough, but these are thugs. You don't look like a thug. You look like you have a gentle heart.
Well, Torg do have gentle heart. But Torg know when to turn off gentle heart for hard business.
Can I ask?
Note a string of ears around Torg's neck.
You know, I've sold things like that, though. Can I ask a strange favor? Can I see your knuckles?
Okay. Torg very confusingly presents Knuckles.
Yeah, I'm in. All right, and certainly if you can get me out of here, I'm assuming that my possessions are returned. I'd be happy to turn over the scarf to you, Agent Goldwater.
Excellent, thank you.
But make sure that when you do, that Torg no way around, nowhere near. Torg
Can't see it.
Torg already feel iffy about involvement of procurement of scarfage. So
Maybe
Torg
put it in a box.
All right, we'll make sure the arena master knows. And when it comes to me, I'll make sure I've actually got a scarf box, believe it or not. One of the things I collect is boxes and wrapping paper.
Ooh. Can we pick color of box?
As long as the color is sort of a water-damaged gray.
Just so happened to be one of Torg's favorite non-colors.
Then I can fulfill your dream. All right, so you guys head back up. Scott takes you back up the stairs and slows down a little and leans in a little bit to Torg. So, are you in town looking for money at all?
Was not original plan, but Torg listening.
Well, I know the boys that volunteer for gladiator duty. I've fought and trained with them. One of them is my cousin. You look that you might be able to take them apart.
That's a fair assessment.
Could you not?
But wouldn't Torg lose?
But in a sense, you'd win because you'd win votes. You'd win a whole bunch of votes. Boss doesn't like to lose these contests.
Torg feel honoring of B memory more important than voltage.
Fair. So, like, is it worth 500 volts? How much did you like this beat? Was it like a...
Torg honestly kind of offend by your offer.
All right. Okay.
But Torg obligated to check with rest of group. Even though Torg have own feelings, Torg must respect other opinion.
Just so you know, this offer comes from me and some of my other friends and not from the general. We just don't like the way he is after a loss. So that money wouldn't come from him. It'd come from us who would have to deal with him if he lost.
What do you mean by deal with if he lost?
So I had an uncle named Richard, and the uncle was, I mean, he was fun, but sometimes, he'd drink and his team would lose because he loved playing street ball, and his team would lose, and he'd come in, he'd just get mean, He'd just get mean to everyone around him. The general's a little like Uncle Richard.
That's so sad.
So we just try to keep everything sail smoothly.
Torg understand, but Torg also worry. If Torg lose, then wouldn't, I mean...
Yeah, but I can get that thing you needed out of, I have a key to the place where that shit is kept. General doesn't give a crap if I go liberate a damn scarf. I'll just go get it for you.
But wouldn't Torg not be around to liberate Scarf if Torg lose?
Well, it's not to the death.
Oh
my God. Oh my God. You were going to kill Max? Holy shit.
Well, Torg just assumed with Gladiator that it mean to death.
Oh my God.
If
What
you
else?
just want me to can't I not still win, but not tear apart your cousin?
I don't think you knew you were negotiating, but the price just went up to 800 because, oh my God. You talk to your friends and let me know. I'd rather keep this all smooth. I like Jewel. Everybody likes Jewel. Jewel gives you the tchotchkes and meaningless bullshit that you want, and you really shouldn't have and can't afford, but Jewel gives it for you. Hang on, check this out, and shows you a little like a Manny fanny pack thing that he's got, and actually has one of those danglers off of the zipper, and it's an old Kids Next Door figure. I love this little guy. Joel got it for me. Joel's gonna get their shop back.
So if I lose, nothing bad happened to Jewel?
The worst that's ever happened to Joel is something like this. It's just bolts.
I'm sorry. I probably didn't ask this, but I don't know if I'd be able to guesstimate, but how much does Jewel owe?
Oh, you did. So you asked Scott?
Yeah.
Less than I'm offering your friend, Agent.
Okay, well let's throw this thing. There's no point in hurting somebody or getting overly hurt for nothing.
The general likes when big people hit each other. He likes the fights.
He
likes to bite guys. He likes the fights. He's very self-indulgent. He gets mad when he's thwarted. He would never wear a mask if there was like a virus going around. He's just that kind of guy that would just stride around saying how tough he was.
Sounds cool. Sounds like a real cool guy.
He wouldn't listen to anybody, but he'd be a tyrant. And
I love this guy. What a cool guy.
Staff would kind of hate him. Would be afraid to say anything. Yeah.
Torg feels very, very conflicted.
Welcome to
Torg
Scott.
doesn't want to make self-inflated asshole continue to feel like self-inflated asshole.
It's a weird thing though. He's not a bad leader, and Crossroads is pretty successful. Like, I'm willing to deal with a lot of his violations for an overall sense of economic stability. It really comes down to, is your primary issue how you treat people or economic health? That's the decision that you're facing.
It's not a binary choice. There has to be something in between, and I know there is because I work for the IRS.
You want me to waste my energy on some sort of third option?
I'm not going to ask you to do anything.
All right. All right. Well, I've told you, I've laid my case.
Mm.
Talk to your friends. Let me know what you think. You're just gonna like kill him, and you weren't even thinking about it.
Well, we didn't know the rules. When we learned the rules, like that would have changed.
Oh,
Yeah, Torg not kill for no reason. Torg have soft heart.
Oh.
Torg not bad person.
I mean,
Torg just assumed with the way that it was presented being, it very much seemed like a to the death thing.
I agree.
This place is pretty corrupt, but it's not a like you get a traffic ticket, prepare to die kind of place. Holy crap.
We've been to those places, so we just check.
You are clearly harder core than your new buddy Scott. I'm just saying. I'm wearing a football jersey, Torg.
He does seem like a bit of a dipshit, I must say.
Hey, now.
Well,
I haven't said a thing about that suit.
Okay. We'll go discuss it with our friends.
You come back up, and Scott like grumbles a bit and goes over to talk to the other guard. The general is bringing out the pizza, and he puts it into old antique pizza boxes, and then reopens it to present the pizza.
That's awesome.
Welcome to Calzones. I got your meat-based pie, Lord Devad. Hey, can you flame up again?
Yeah.
That skull thing is awesome. Are you wearing contacts?
No, that's just how my eyes look.
Oh, you are badass, buddy. That is so
Hey,
good.
thanks. I told you I was a lord of doing cool stuff.
I got like a goth band coming in here next Tuesday. You should
yeah?
stick around. Yeah,
Well,
it's
we'll
great.
see.
They paint themselves white and they have like these big black tears and they whine about how
yeah.
bad everything is in the night. No, it's great.
Tuesday is, in fact, the most goth day of all.
But they have a song about that. So, do you take the group aside to lay this on? Okay, go ahead.
So the situation is more complicated, but possibly for the better. Jewel is willing to have Torg fight in the arena to have the case adjudicated in their favor. However, Scott, and I sort of like point at one of the guards, let us know that the general doesn't like to see his team lose and is willing to pay us more than what Jewel owes if Torg throws the fight. It's not a fight to the death, it's just a fight for entertainment. And if Torg takes a dive, we get more volts than we need to get Jewel back in business and more to keep for ourselves if we want to, or we could use to make improvements to the town, to distribute amongst the people, the kind of things you do with excess taxes.
Do we still get the scarf?
Yes.
Okay.
We will get the scarf from Jewel. We could just have them take the scarf for us, but I don't like that. I want this to end with Jewel back in business and handing us the scarf.
So we end up with more volts, and Jewel gets the store back, and we get the scarf. And
Yes.
nobody dies, and nobody was going to die to begin with.
No. The only thing is it's Torg's choice whether they want to take a dive or if they choose, if they need to, for honor, fight in a way that that they fight for their own honor. If something about this arrangement makes them upset or doesn't work for them, then we have to, because they'll be the one who is fighting or throwing. So it's up to Torg.
Well, Torg's pretty proud, man, but if they want to do their thing.
So it sounds like this is up to Torg. What does Torg think?
Well, Torg, appreciate all of y'all throwing back to Torg. Because Torg really thought that all of fam should weigh in. So I appreciate that y'all leave it up to me. And yes, Torg believe in honor and does not believe in dishonoring oneself or others. However, when Torg think about it, in this specific case, if Torg throw, then Torg is actually honoring even more because everybody win. If Torg don't win. So, yes, if y'all all feel like this okay decision, then Torg will happily do this so that everyone can be happy. Even though Torg feels slightly weird about letting Big Fat Asshole get what he wants.
In the interest of time.
In the interest of time.
We're going to crossfade. So the crossfade's over talking to Scott, crossfade's over to setting it up, crossfades to the arena, which is on a public raised stage in the middle of town. It's like right, you look to the left of the bandstand, and that's where it is. They will be public, so they bring Torg in, and it's no weapons, no armor, and they introduce. And you want to be introduced by just Torg. Do you have like terror of the swamplands or anything like that?
Who were I can't remember now who the last victims or
on your hands
tributes were. Was it Laverne and Shirley, or was that
was.
previous?
No,
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley was what you went into it with, and then it was somebody else. Oh my God.
It was somebody else.
It was whoever we duked out at the
Oh wait, wasn't it the people we put in the stew?
Do we have Qui-Gon monitoring the chat?
It was like what were they called? The Roach Moans or
Oh my God, it was the Roach Moans.
You told me that. It was like Johnny and Dee Dee or something.
Yeah. All right. So you're introduced thusly, as you indicate, and the crowd goes wild because the people from the bar are big fans of Torg and Wynona at this point. So there's a big, huzzah! Take him out! Somebody actually yells, pull his dick off! It's a very aggressive crowd. Then they introduce Maximum Max. And Maximum Max is wearing the uniform that everybody else is wearing, but with no shirt. He does not have a six-pack, though. He's very much got like a dad bod if dad's like a retired wrestler. So, and then put the padding over the top of that. And he's tattooed Max on his chest. Oh, I'll take you down. You are going to let him pummel you a bit and then fall down?
So Torg wants to make it obvious that Torg could beat this person if Torg wanted to, but is choosing to have mercy. So Torg does a very obvious bad acting display when the guy just moves towards Torg. Torg just goes, oh no, and then slips and falls thunderously on the ground in a very clearly badly masqueraded way of trying to.
Sadly, you've got to make a deceive roll.
Okay. Okay.
So they start fighting. I assume you're all watching.
And we're fighting, but I'm like barely, I'm like doing like the cat paw thing. And like I might accidentally like hit him, and anytime I actually hurt him, I go, oh yikes, and I like back up because I'm really trying not to accidentally hurt him, because just if I just poked the dude, I would destroy him. So it's taking everything in me to pretend that I'm not a badass.
So, Goldwater, Scott sidles up to you. Yeah, you know I'm not going to pay full price for that. He's going to be hella pissed. We can resolve this, and I'll give you something. But the whole point was he wants to see his side win. He's not that dumb.
Well,
No, you
how?
didn't hear this. You're on.
Oh, right.
You're on stage.
We need enough to get Jewel out.
All right,
Nothing extra. That's it.
done. But Torg's got to lay off and fall down soon. This is getting silly.
Okay. I'll try to signal to Torg that it's time to like bring it down or wrap it up.
So will Torg play along at all?
Yeah, Torg's gonna play along a little bit because Torg notices that it's not going that well. No one seems entertained. And so
No, so the audience reaction is kind of confused.
right. Okay, so exactly. That's what on the confusion, Torg decides, okay, and decides to give 1 week, as weak as Torg can, because Torg has a hard time not like Torg doesn't understand the concept of throw because of Torg's size. It doesn't matter. Like Torg's massive and strong. So Torg does what Torg believes is the softest punch they can possibly do.
So Goldwater, you
Yeah.
see the general walks off in a huff. The battle will eventually end. We're going to cut to Goldwater negotiating with Scott. You need to make a barter roll.
Oh, okay.
Sell your ass off. Torg literally did the letter of the law, but was sort of like,
They weren't into it.
anybody watching was like, knew what was going on.
I
That's
got
kind of the point.
2 partial successes.
Okay.
But
So the best you can do is you end up owing like 100, but you have that.
Okay.
Then you can get out of it, and they'll release Jewel and give you the scarf. And then Scott says, and then I'm going to need you to get out of town.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And he looks just sort of stealing himself for what's likely to be a giant baby temper tantrum. And you then go over, your group gathers at the shop, we'll say. And then Jewel comes over and do you have any interaction before Jewel shows up? You're now out of the whole residence. You're back in town. It's fairly late at night.
Right.
Torg, very sorry that if Torg not do correct, but Torg not sure how to not hurt while hurt. Like it's just not concept that Torg understand. And I worried that if I actually fight, then Torg destroy accidentally.
Torg, when you high-fived some of those people, you broke some of their wrists. I had to set their arms, so I if you did the right thing, you would have killed him.
If it makes you feel better, we can come back and kill him another time, Torg.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't want to kill him. I just feel bad that we no get extra money.
I don't think the situation will come up again, but perhaps some grappling may have done some work to get someone on the ground, and just holding them down can look good, and then you let them roll over on you. That kind of thing may have given the appearance of an actual fight as opposed to punching, which is tough for you.
Yeah.
A very sparkly person wearing all white, seeming very pleased, is making their way over to the shop, holding a long box.
Well, Torg, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to bring it back to the tree, and then you're going to open it.
Hello, all of you. My name is Jewel, and I understand that you have pulled me out of my cell. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes,
what you did. I don't know
Jewel,
what you did.
I appreciate. However, I do not want to see anything more than what I've already seen. So just
In the
let
box.
Torg turn around.
Here, they take it and pass it to Goldwater. There, you hold it.
Thank you.
Yeah, just don't open it. I mean, you've got it wrapped in something. It's fine. I don't know what you did. Everybody's pretty mad, but they let me go. It's very tense in there right now.
Okay.
It's as long as you're free, I think that's the most important thing.
If you ever need a hard to find anti-collectible, you know where to go.
I will need that one day, so thank you.
Excellent. Okay.
Thank you, Jewel.
I'm going to jump ahead because we are at end time, but I am going to tell you what's in the boxes. So this will have been, narratively speaking, it'll be Christmas time because our season break will be over. We won't have a game then. So we will have this game advanced to Christmas, which is only 1 month in game time. So we just literally see a scene with you all gathered in the break room around the tree. We don't have time to go around and have the gifts you give each other, although maybe that would be a fun thing to write up and post.
We'll figure something.
Yeah.
So what's in the boxes? Navad, you were given by B a mint in box wand replica from the once popular Spellweaver Sam series of books about a young trans mage who comes into her power as she settles into her true identity. It has a solar battery, so it still works and makes goofy spellcasting sounds when you wave it around.
Perfect. And well played.
Wynona, you have a little rolled up thing and you unroll it. It's a diploma granting her the degree of medical doctor. B managed to remove all but a ghost of the original recipient's name and added your name and forged that in. So it looks like your doctor certificate giving you credentials as an actual legit doctor.
I'm a real doctor now. Thank you, B.
I'm going to leave Goldwater for last. Torg, the scarf is the same colors as your hair.
Oh,
Actually,
is it square? Is it long? Is it?
It's long, and you're not sure what it's made out of, but it looks silken, and it's the same kind of colors as your hair.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like the fourth Doctor scarf, but with your pattern.
Right.
Torg tears up and immediately wraps scarf around neck and says, Torg will never let go.
So Erik got his gift, Goldwater. Your gift is a Filofax. She managed to find enough blank pages to fill it and hand-painted the IRS logo on the cover. And the little tag with your name actually said, "To my best friend."
Oh.
Let it out. Come on.
Great. It's great.
So sweet.
Goldie.
All right. So the name of the episode was Parting Gifts. I think we now know why. Thanks to everybody for playing. It's nice to have the whole team together for these intermittent sessions where we see everybody. Thanks everyone who's watching. I do want to say before we go, do you have the slide, Colt, for Jen? Thank you.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that you guys know to check into this thing, which sounds amazingly awesome, and God knows I will. Because you think this lady is talented, this will be a chance for her to really shine. So please tune in because it's the right thing to do.
We premiere on Wednesday on Hooray! Yay!
So do we want to say anything, Shannon, about the next guest?
Oh yeah, I forgot to give that to Barrett.
So our next guest is Abria Yengar. She is the DM of Pirates of Salt Bay on the Saving Throw show, and she is currently playing the role of Myrtle the Bitch in the Dimension 20 show Pirates of Leviathan, along with a whole bunch of other cool RPG players that you may have heard of. So you can follow her on Twitter at Quiddie, Q-U-I-D-D-I-E, over on Twitter. And hopefully we'll have some more stuff with her in the week to come. And with that, I should turn it over to Barrett.
Thanks to our technical director, Colt Joyce, our moderator in the Twitch chat, Clegan Bowers, Andreas Fabus for providing our show intro voiceover. Happy birthday to Danielle DaVerona. Thanks to Jess Verdi for sending us viewers. Also, my wife's show, Genre Graveyard, which just talked about, premieres this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central on the El Rey Network. If you don't have the El Rey Network, call your local cable provider and yell at them until they give it to you, because that's the only way you're going to get it on there. No, don't yell at them. Be very nice and just request it and tell them that there's a particular show or batch of shows you really want to watch. Until next week, we'll see you in the wasteland.